back with another episode. We have Evie back. Nice to see you, Evie.
Hello. Nice to see you too.
Okay, today we're covering a spooky topic of the Green River Killer, and that was Gary Ridgway. So, first, we're going to talk about his active killing. So, I believe he was suspected of only killing 49 people, but he's suspected of killing over 80, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't a regular killer because he always focused on hitchhikers, drug addicts, sex workers, and his profile was moving their body every time that um they were catching up to him, but he also acted in acts of necrophilia. I don't know if you read about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
did.
one of the things that I found interesting about him is that he actually he actually kept his baby seat, his car seat in his car, and he kept the baby toys or kid toys in the car. So that was one of his psychological maneuvers to disarm, the victim. So that's one of the things that he would do, to make them feel like, oh, this guy's just lonely, or he's in a bad situation, and it disarms them, right? And then I've been looking through some of his videos, and I saw that he would strangle them, and he would always just tell them like, hey, stop fighting, stop fighting, stop fighting, I'll let you go. And I'm just like, why would people stop
Stop
fighting?
fighting.
Why would people stop fighting when he's trying to strangle you? But it's very weird because he was active for about 20 years in the Washington and Oregon area, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's currently still, I think he was convicted of over 20 murders, and he's currently, serving 20 life sentences. And like, I was looking at his rap sheet, and the funny thing is that they even charged him with soliciting.
Well, hey, I mean, you might as well,
They,
like get them on anything that you can.
they already, one life sentence, and that's enough if you're asking me. Like, I
For
understand
the
the,
over the 49 people that he killed, women. I think it was mostly women,
it
actually.
was all women.
Um, yeah.
It was
I,
all,
I didn't he I also saw that he killed a pregnant lady too. So, woman and fetus. Two life sentences right there.
I get it, and I get that our justice system has to, provide justice for every single person. It's like in the case of Mark Godot. I don't know if you remember Mark
hmm
Godot, the baseline
Yeah.
rapist, very
Yeah.
infamous serial killer of Phoenix. Maybe we can do him next. Um, but I'm just like, okay, after one or two life sentences, like, do we really need to spend taxpayer money to convict him?
It's also part of like the plea bargains as well and the plea deals. Not only do they have to kind of provide that like option for like defense counsel and you know, the defendant, but also for the families of the victims, Like the city and well not just the city, like the state, the county, whatever it is, also wants to make sure that they're not going to get sued by the victims of the families as well. It's kind of a very like intricate part of the system. And what I was reading earlier is that the victims of or the families of the victims for the Green River Killer actually wanted him to survive and to stay alive because it could lead to more discoveries of more people that he may have killed, as he's been rumored to have been killed maybe up to 90 people.
So I believe he
So,
confessed to like 70 or 80 people.
yeah,
And the thing is, there wasn't enough to go off of that because he did constantly move the bodies. And the weird thing is
right.
that he wouldn't just move the bodies, he would do things with the bodies. He would conduct active
Exactly.
necrophilia with the bodies and then move
hmm
them. But there's a few weird aspects of his psyche, right? Um he did have multiple head traumas. We don't know if it was related to anything that happened to him. He didn't really have a high IQ according to his, school records. He was just a very impulsive person, apparently.
Yeah.
Um, But I mean, there is common, traits that relate to serial killers, whereas, dysfunctional home, controlling mother. He was actually very sexually aroused with his mother. Like there was a
Yes.
few interviews where he hinted that, he was very sexually attracted to his mother, which was very weird. His father was very angry, resentful towards him, and he would always talk bad about prostitutes, and that might be one of the reasons why he targeted them. Not only was it the easiest target because it's the world's oldest profession, but he was raised to see them in a very harsh life. He considered them immoral, disgusting, not even inhumane, which is one of the common traits that these people have, that they remove the humanity from them. So it just, makes everything else as kind of mercy.
Yeah, I did read that apparently he avoided looking at his victims or looking into their eyes while he was strangling them. He avoided making eye contact, and he knew what he was doing for
Yeah,
sure. Like,
but
you know,
but it's one of those things that this is why they'll tell you if you're ever kidnapped, tell them, I have kids, I have a family. Humanize yourself, right? Because it
exactly.
makes
You gotta humanize yourself.
yeah,
Hmm.
it makes the perpetrator second guess, because
Yeah,
they don't want to see you as a human being, because why would they want to see you
yeah,
as a human being?
exactly.
They don't want to consider themselves a
Yeah,
complete monster. They're just like, oh god, now it's like, oh, your kid goes to school with my kid. Oh no, I
yeah,
can't do
exactly.
this. But yeah, he
And it's what a lot of surviving victims say too of like, you know, attempted murder that like they tried to like appeal to their humanity or even like inflate their egos to try to, you know, escape and obviously they've survived, so it works.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's they're not gonna let you go. You're gonna have to fight your way
Yeah,
out if you're ever gonna make it out, but it might delay. You might get an opening.
exactly.
But it's always, most of these serial killers like Gary Ridgway, they these are people that were they had an complicated upbringing, and one of the things that they seek is control, and the ultimate act of control is unaliving somebody. Getting to get making the decision that somebody's most important asset, which is their life, goes away when they decide it goes away, right? And
Exactly.
then the
Yeah.
necrophilia kind of adds to it, like dominance to it, which is kind of fucked
Hmm.
up. But I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
Yeah. Terrible joke.
But yeah, he was married. He has, I believe, one child. I think he was married 3 times. But during
Yes,
that
he was
time,
married
I
3 times.
I don't believe
Mhm.
anybody ever suspected it. Right? He was like kind of like the Trinity killer in Dexter, where he was
Yeah,
so good at just playing his second life and then leading his monster life, and then just needing like in Dexter, feeding his dark passenger every once in a while so that he could just be at peace and have his moment of victory, his control, and feel like himself, I guess, which is kind of messed up. But I mean, it's very interesting that to find him, because he was active for almost 20 years, right? And it might have been
yeah,
longer.
yeah,
It might have been longer because he's suspected of killing over like maybe 20 or 30 more people. So I mean,
exactly.
we just have a confirmed time frame of about 20 years. But if he actually did do that, I mean, there's a good chance that he he was active for way longer. And one of the funny facts that I
Yeah,
found is that Ted Bundy actually was one of the people that actually helped locate him.
really.
Yes.
How?
So
How did he do that?
Ted Bundy, I guess the FBI and the criminal investigators were very puzzled about it. So they started asking, maybe this serial killer can help us, because he was active in the West Coast. of the United States during that time too. And he also was suspected of killing over the amount of people that he was actually convicted for. So they asked him, and he actually provided a pretty good profile on. He's like, oh, where he did the first murders is probably where he lived. He probably lived in a 30-mile radius. And they actually, like, at the end, when they actually found him in, I think it was 2001, where they arrested him, November 30th, 2001, I believe. Is actually they found out that he did actually live in the 30-mile radius of his first crime.
That's ridiculous.
That's cool. He never moved.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's really cool. Definitely outed someone.
What?
But no, like it's actually like interesting that they were even that they even got some type of information like that from Ted Bundy. I mean, I know dude liked to talk and he was like a charmer and stuff. But I just still find it interesting that he would just like be like, oh yeah, and here's this another tidbit for you to find future serial killers.
That's the thing about Ted Bundy. He was an ultimate narcissist, like
Yep.
like in everything that they portrayed him, he was very proud of his modus operandi, like the way that he acted, the way he's like, oh yeah, the reason I got away with this because I'm charming, I'm intelligent, I'm like the best, I'm the best shit out there, so he that's why he's like, oh, can you help us find this serial killer? He goes, I guarantee you I can find his ass.
Yep.
So he started,
like, of course I can.
yeah, he's like, of course I can, because he wanted to be an attorney, so he actually thought he was one of the smartest people in the world, and I mean, maybe he was.
He was very smart, but I don't think he was one of the smartest people. And I think it's because his ego got in the way.
That's a common reason. Most serial killers want to get caught. That's why they start getting more stupid,
more sloppy.
Yeah. They start getting more sloppy. They start, the first time, it just depends. Some serial killers are very smart, or they're very careful, and they start doing things in a very particular way. But eventually,
it's the thrill of potentially getting caught too. That's another thing as well.
Yeah. So, like, it was in the 1980s, so DNA evidence wasn't that big at that time. So I believe that's when they started catching on, was when we had DNA breakthroughs, and they started, finding out, his hair, his DNA, semen samples everywhere, saliva, and that's how they eventually caught him, right? They actually, they found out that, these are all related to this specimen, and then that's when they finally arrested him. And it only took about 2 years to convict him.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, my dog is like crinkling a water bottle.
You are good. So apparently the only reason that he confessed to these murders was to avoid the death penalty, which is why he's still alive and he's still serving his life sentences. So he confessed to 71 murders, but he was only officially convicted of 49. So 49 is still a fuckload of people.
Exactly. It's like one of the highest numbers up there for like serial killers, I think, too.
And I mean, the funniest thing about serial killers is that we don't hear about them much, but there's how many is it theoretically possible that there is at any given time?
I don't remember. Like, I know the FBI like puts it on their website, and I think they like they update it every now and then, like on their statistics, but like I honestly have no idea.
Let me find out.
Sort of little facts that I forgot about once I graduated.
I mean, who was the first famous serial killer? I think you know the answer. 25 to 50 active serial killers in the U.S. at any given time.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
So
no, now I'm curious who was like the most famous. I was gonna say Dahmer.
The earliest known, infamous serial killer. That one should be easy.
Oh, it's Ed Gein, right?
No.
Who?
Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about him.
Yeah, like I mean, I remember the
first. Ed Gein.
Ed Gein. No. Ed Gein wasn't officially a serial killer.
That's right.
He only committed
No, but
two.
he was.
He was only
He killed
convicted of
like
two.
3 people.
He was only convicted of two.
Yeah, only convicted. That doesn't mean he didn't kill more.
I mean, you have to commit more than two murders to be considered a serial killer at different points. You know, they can't be like
Then,
at the same time.
okay, that's fair then.
So
Thought he was a serial killer.
no,
Oops.
I believe Ed Gein committed two murders. And you know, he was a grave robber. You can
Yeah,
fact
he
check
was a
me if you
grave
want.
robber for sure.
He was a grave robber.
No, I mean I believe you.
He
I
was
believe you.
completely antisocial. You know, he had he was a psychopathic. He had psychopathy and paranoia, schizophrenia, and he, you know, he was just he wasn't all there, you can tell, but he was also abused by his mother, who was a religious
Yeah.
fanatic, and you know, he was very antisocial. He was afraid of talking to people. He was afraid of being around people, which, I mean, I can kind of relate. Spend enough time with people and you don't want to see them anymore. But yeah,
I
that's
think
one of
that's
the
true.
most horrible things about him. But yeah, apparently, I mean, serial killers, there's about 25 to 50 active serial killers in the US at any given time. So think about that. Next time you're walking home from the store and you're walking to your car and you're fucking looking at your phone like this and not doing shit. Because that's the number one
Yeah,
thing
always
that's
be alert.
because it's so fucking annoying that women walk with their fucking phone right on their face. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying it's only gonna happen to women, but you know, women are more vulnerable than men usually because
Hmm.
the best things that somebody looks for to commit a crime is not, you know, is she pretty, is he pretty, or blah blah blah, is can I get away
It's
with it?
opportunity.
It's opportunity.
And opportunity too. If the
Yeah,
opportunity's there,
yeah,
why not?
because I mean
I mean,
it's mhm.
mhm. No, go ahead.
I mean, there is, like, you know, profiling where, you know, most criminals, you know, have a type. You know, you know, they're more likely to attack their own race because they feel more comfortable with them, or they know more about them. But at the same time, opportunity is gonna trump anything else. You know, if she is limping, crying, not looking anywhere, I walked up right next to her and she hasn't even noticed.
Hmm.
Green light avenue.
Exactly. Distress, cars broken down, anything along
In the
those
middle of
lines.
nowhere,
Absolutely.
Zodiac style. When I
Oh yeah.
watched that movie and I saw that he pulled up to that girl with her baby, that was it, right? Where she
Dude, right?
and it was like she was like in the fucking desert, and I'm just like, fuck, I drive by the desert all the fucking time.
I love the desert. Ah,
I'm like,
sorry.
that could so be me, you know, just being like, ah, fuck, like, you know, because I think her tire broke down, right, or her tire popped.
Yeah, it was like her tire popped or something like
And
that.
he pulled up, and I think was that one of the scenarios where he wasn't wearing a mask, and
I think so.
he actually told her like get in the car, and then you know, she jumped out with her kid, right? That was that story.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess he pulled out a knife, and then she like jumped out in the middle of the highway and asked for help. But yeah, dude, like, you know, serial killers are always gonna work on moving towards somebody who's vulnerable. You know, if everything else is gravy, then yeah. So Gary Ridgway was always looking for hitchhikers, people, runaways, drug addicts, prostitutes, because he knew deep inside that, you know, nobody's gonna notice a prostitute's missing for days.
Right, and that
Hitchhikers,
was really smart of him.
yeah. So he had a type.
Oh, absolutely.
He had a type.
And again, also opportunity. Who's gonna miss a sex worker or a prostitute?
The pimp.
Why do you always gotta say some dumb shit when I'm drinking water?
You asked a question. Definitely the pimp's gonna be like, where is she?
Well, they clearly didn't miss her enough to put in a missing persons report.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna be like, walk into the police station. My hoe is missing, and I am in
I mean,
distress.
I would.
Has anybody seen
Where did my
Caroline?
bitches at?
Is she in here? I am worried sick. I care about my hoes.
It was a good pimp, absolutely.
See,
Why does that? Is that not a skit? It needs to be a skit on something.
SNL, hire me, dude. Talking about skits, I really want to go see the Last Airbender thing.
You should. You should.
It's like
I got tickets for it.
$130.
Well, and nobody said it was going to be cheap. Um, I think, yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't mind spending the money. I definitely I think I paid $200 for me and my husband to like sit like in good seats. The only reason why we didn't get like the very specific like ones that are right up the stage is because my friend who is super bougie told me that the ones at ASU Gamage are not the greatest. I'm sorry, ASU Gamage, that's what he said.
No, 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 no.
So
Stand
we
on
took his
business.
recommendation.
You know, ASU Gamage, make it right. Give us backstage passes.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So since I looked it up, I keep getting the ad, and it looks like they show
Yep.
the episodes on top,
Yeah, they do.
and I'm just like, I really want to see it. But then
Yeah, you get to see like the episodes. Yeah, it's so good. Sorry.
I want to know if they're gonna do Secret Tunnel.
They are. It's. Do you want me to send you the TikTok? Because
Yes.
it's just. Yeah. Okay, I'll send you the TikTok.
Send me the TikTok. I'll remind you if you don't. But
Okay, perfect. I'll send it to you. But yes, they have specific moments from the show, that they are gonna use like and they're gonna project that moment on the screen, and then they're gonna play the music live.
that's
And
cool.
I'm so excited for it. I really want to see like the um I don't know if you remember that episode. It's one of my favorites. It's where Zuko and Aang go see the Sun People, and they meet the original masters, like the two
Oh
dragons,
yeah, it's
and like
called the
they
episode
see
of
all of the fire.
the name of that episode is the Firebending Masters.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite episodes. And I know I'm gonna cry when they show the colors of the fire and stuff, and Zuko says, I understand. I'm gonna cry. I think I'm gonna cry throughout the whole thing, to be honest.
I want to see if they'll make fun of the. Remember that like second to last episode before we got to the finale,
Yes.
where they go see the theater and they see the version of themselves, and
Yes.
Katara's always crying,
Yes. I love that.
and then Toph is like this huge John Cena looking like, and then she just goes up to people and goes, ah! I just got a pretty good look at you right there.
That's one of my favorite parts of of that episode. Um,
I really want them to do the live action because I know that they renewed season 2 and 3, so they can just
I
get it
haven't seen
over
it.
with. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, cool. Make that, we want that episode, you know? And people are
Yeah.
like, they should hire the original staff, to the
Oh
original
my
voice
God,
actors,
they should.
to do the voices or to cosplay as them, because they're supposed to be really bad versions of themselves, and just do that. And obviously, like, there's voices that can't do that. Like Toph, you can't get she's like 35 years old already, you know?
Yeah.
And then the kid who played Aang, he's like 40 now, which is funny.
40.
He's old.
Is he 40? He's not old. I thought he was younger than us.
He might be. I don't know. But that's one of the greatest shows of all time. It actually won a Peabody Award.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things to come out of
Nickelodeon?
well, like my relationship with my husband. He made me watch it. He was literally like, "You have to watch it." Um, it's like he's 32. He's 32 years old. Edgar.
That's old. I'm
He's
33.
he's older than me, but
It's funny because with my ex, we were dating when the live action came out, and she got
Hmm.
into the live action, and she loved it so much. It's funny because we started watching it together, and then I went to her house, and her nephew's like, she finished watching it, by the way. I was like, get out, and she goes, why the fuck did you tell him? And I was just like, oh. And then I found out that she loved it so much she started watching the anime. I mean, is it considered anime? Let's call it anime.
I mean, yeah, for like, I guess it's anime like, you know.
I believe the showrunners were considered like Asian descent. They were Japanese descent or something like that, or Chinese descent. Either way, anime style. She actually finished watching the cartoon and then she goes, I gotta watch Korra, and she watched Korra, and then she goes, I like
Hmm.
Korra more, and I was just like, really?
You're one of those people. That's so funny. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I had never really seen like Avatar: The Last Airbender when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw like clips here and there. It just never like interested me enough. You know, like I mean, it was always like on passing. You know, I really always got the end of it, and I just never got to see an episode. Um, but um, a couple of friends of mine in middle school would say that I was like tough, and I had no idea what they meant. So I finally watched the show when Joe made me watch it, but I had already seen Legend of Korra, and I thought the concept was so cool. I didn't realize that it was like a spin-off
Mm-hmm.
of something, cause until they kept referencing people, and I was like, who the fuck are these people? I never bothered to look it up at all until like he made me watch
The original.
the original series, and I ended up loving the original series so much more than Legend of Korra.
Legend of
Like,
Korra had so
I
many
do like
flaws.
it,
Did you know
but it's so
that?
much better.
Did you know that Bolin was the original concept art for Toph?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, like he was the original. Like
Yeah.
he was gonna be like that, and then, I don't know if you watched the episode where there is this volcano that's gonna destroy the city, and then
I
there's
watched
this.
all of the episodes.
I've watched them all like probably 3 or 4 times. They're amazing.
Hmm.
I probably want to watch them
Yes, they
again.
are.
Um, so one of those episodes, that little girl that thinks like, oh, Madam blah blah blah, who tells a fortune. She told me that I'm gonna marry a very strong bender, and she thinks, dang, that girl is actually the girl who voiced Toph.
Really?
Yeah, like they liked her so much that they went like, oh, her voice is very unique. Let's bring her back as a different character. And they
Oh,
were already
that's
like coming
cute.
up with the concept of Toph, so they brought her back and they made her voice Toph.
That's very cute. I love that.
Yeah, and one of the things that everybody keeps talking about is that in the live action, if they bring The Rock to play the Boulder,
Yes. Hmm.
I am the Boulder, and if
The boulder has a question.
the Boulder is conflicted, and then she does something stupid, he goes, the Boulder has surpassed his confliction.
Yes, I do love him. He is my favorite, one of my favorite side characters. Um, yeah, he's one of my favorite side characters. Who's my other favorite side character? I have another one.
The is it
I've got
the
like
cabbage
three.
guy?
No, he is not one of my favorite side characters. Sorry. I feel bad for him, actually.
No, 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 no. Shit gets real out there, man. You gotta watch out. Who sells cabbages? That guy
Yeah,
traveled. That guy traveled faster than the team did, and they had a fucking flying bison.
I know. He must have had interesting connections.
He was secretly a drug dealer, and he started the opium epidemic out there, because you know how in China there was like an opium trade, and
Hmm.
that's what the cabbages were secretly covering up.
Interesting. You know what? It kind of makes sense because in Legend of Korra, he has that huge competing factory with
Yes,
like, like so he really it wasn't just the cabbages.
it wasn't just a cabbage. The guy was the Escobar of his generation.
He was. Yeah. Yeah, and see why ATF is important. They should have had well, actually they did have a kind of ATF in the Earth Kingdom. It was that lady and that platypus bear, remember?
The Lady in the Platypus was.
Yeah, like when they get to the gates like near Ba Sing Se and Toph pulls out her little card and then the fucking like TSA agent lady, she's like, no cabbages, you know what kind of slugs and like pesticides and like insects you're bringing into Ba Sing Se, like and stuff like that, and they just ruin
You
his
just
cabbages again.
you just reminded me that if they play
Mm,
the Mako song, the Tales of
hmm.
Ba Sing Se,
They will, and
I am
I'm
gonna
not ready for it.
straight up fucking cry because I know the story behind that.
It's so sad. I think
Leaves
all
off the
true
vine.
Avatar fans know the story of that. It's so
Oh
sad.
my
It's so
god,
sad.
it's so sad. And then
So they are gonna play it.
when that should be the closing one because I'm not gonna want.
Secret Tunnel.
Yeah, don't play Secret Tunnel after that. Secret Tunnel. Tu, 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 tu. I'm actually I'm thinking about I strike the deal with somebody to buy a piano. So I'm probably gonna
Hmm.
pick it up tomorrow. So I'm excited because I've been
Nice.
so eager. I've been watching so many videos on the easiest way to learn how to play the piano, how to read
Hmm.
sheet music, how to how to where to put your hands and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna geek out about it. So it's gonna be super fun for me, and I'm probably
Oh,
gonna
nice.
play it for like 3 days, and then I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, fuck this. I fucking suck at it, and
I
then
hope not. You have to do all of the piano covers, like the piano cover of Jurassic Park and of A Whole New World and something from Avatar.
I actually want to learn how to hear. I because musicians have a very fine ear for like small things in music, and I want to learn how to do that where I can hear something and hear the piano beats and how it moves up and down and why it works, and learn how to do that because I think it'll help me appreciate music, and not only that but music and movies better because like John Williams, he can hear all this shit when he's playing the Jurassic Park theme, the fucking Imperial Strike. What is it called? Imperial
Oh my God, March.
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 There you go. The Imperial
Yeah.
March.
Sorry, I was like, what is it?
I was gonna say Strike, and I was like, no, that's wrong. That's Empire Strikes
Yep,
Back.
I was thinking about Strike Two. I was like, yep, that's not it.
Yeah, and I want to
March.
learn how to do that because I think it'll make it so much more fun just to hear music and just be like, everybody hears the lyrics and the lyrics are great,
Hmm.
but you don't hear the whole emotion behind it, right?
Yes.
And that's gonna be one of the things that gives more gravitas to that fucking song. It's like that one song by where it's like all the little kids with the it has a very joyful beat, and it has a very joyful beat, and then it goes very dark really fast. Better run out my
Oh, Pumped Up Kicks.
pumped up kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
I thought you
just
were talking about El Burro Sabanero from like the Christmas song.
oh, there's a lot of good songs that are
You know
very.
which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. El burrito, na, na,
Yeah.
na, na, na,
Yeah,
na,
that
na,
one.
na,
That's
na.
what I thought you were talking about. It's like, it's that weird.
No, no, no. I like songs that they're joyful, but the lyrics are sad
Oh, yeah. I agree.
because it's
It looks so good.
because it's just like, oh, you know what? There's joy behind the tragedy, and it's causing the song might make you feel good, but then when you pay attention to the story behind it, it's super sad. And it's like that one song. Have you ever heard Un Millón de Primaveras by Vicente Fernandez?
Yes.
Do you know the story behind
And
it?
it was by Johann Sebastian primero, first
he,
off.
so he wrote it. He wrote it,
Yeah,
and
he wrote
he
it.
and I think he did perform it, but I think that he gave it to Vicente Fernandez to perform.
He did. He did. Well,
It
it's because like dude's kid died in front of him.
Yeah, and it was one of the parts of grief where he didn't want to move on. It's not that
Yeah.
he didn't want to, and that's why
Yeah, that's actually a perfect example.
he wrote that song. And he's like,
Mhm.
he apparently he came to him in a dream, and he's like, yeah, dad,
Yeah.
like, let me stop writing about me, stop thinking about me, move on, let me
Hmm.
go. I'm better off right now.
Exactly. Oh,
And
so
that's why,
sad.
and that song, it makes you think, like, is he talking like Vicente Fernandez? Is he singing to a girl? No, he's singing like, it's Joan Sebastian singing about, you know He's like,
About what he wants to say to his son for like one last time,
yeah,
really. That I'll
he's he's
always think of you.
he's
But
like, yeah, I'm about to
yeah.
let you go. I just need a million more springs before I decide that I can move on. It's
I
like
know, it's so sad.
it's so sad because that's the beauty about music, right? It can be interpreted a million
Hmm.
different ways, just like a movie can be interpreted a million different ways. But it's so sad because he gave his sadness and his grief uh a meaning. He gave it, I mean, he monetized it, which good job. But he also, like, he expressed it through his art. And I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to express, if I'm joyful, boom, 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 boom. If I'm sad, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
If I just want to be able to. I don't want to become a musician, but I just want to be able to, play.
Yeah. You wanna, yeah. I get
Maybe
that.
at a party I can, strike up like dun, 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 and be that annoying person that sees a piano and goes, "Watch this, bitch." Pa, pa, pa.
I feel like you're gonna become a jingle writer.
No, like 2.5 Men,
I was gonna say like Rafi's jingle.
Rafi's jingle.
But yeah.
No, actually, I've been playing with Sonu. Do you know what Sonu is?
Yep.
Sonu is an AI site where you can type it lyrics and then just give it like a few little bit of musical notes, like I want it to be sung by a woman with this type of music background. I want high piano, guitar, bass, or banda, and then it'll give you an AI sample of it, and
It's nice.
it sounds legit.
That's pretty cool.
I have about 23 songs that I wrote.
Oh, nice.
They're all really funny because some of them I was like, I made a song about 6'7". You want to hear it? I can play it right now.
Sure. Why
It's
not?
it's not copyrighted, so I can legit
You
play
know
it.
what? You just reminded me of Owl City. He has this one song called The Dentist song.
Hmm.
It's I enjoy his music. I mean, I enjoyed that one album that I have, but he literally wrote a whole song of going to the dentist, and I
No,
enjoy the crap out of it.
so my nephews won't stop with the 6'7" shit. So I'm like, okay, how can I get them to stop it? If I start saying it, they'll stop saying it. If I,
Right, because it's old. No,
it's
I'm just kidding.
cringe,
No.
and they're like, "Can you
Yeah.
please stop?" So now every time they say 6'7", I play this song.
Yeah, hey. Roll up, I'm hearing these kids talking about numbers again. What's 6'7", bro? Yeah. They keep saying 6'7" like it's deep or something. Yeah. I'm just trying to vibe, smoking, keep it bumping. Every TikTok got the same little edit. I ask them what it means, they laugh. I just don't get it. I'm only at the corner, yeah, the 6'7" gang. I said, is that your area code or something in your slang? He said, nah, man, it's funny, don't overthink the thing. So now I'm out here saying it too. Guess I'm in the chain.
Yeah, that's how I'm
You
gonna
look
play.
so pleased with yourself.
I know it annoys the shit out of them, so it makes me happy. It really makes them
That is
unhappy.
actually really funny.
It pisses them off because they're like, "Oh no, you can't say 6'7", you're too old." And I'm just like, "Okay, cool. Now I know. Now I know." Like because it's annoying. I'm like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" They're like, "Oh, it doesn't mean anything." Then why say it? 6'7", and they do that stupid shit, and I'm just like, so it doesn't mean anything, but you guys are just all saying it. And apparently there's like, oh, the cool thing about it is that it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, then what's the point? So I'm like, oh, okay, I know how I can get them to calm the fuck down with this. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm gonna start saying 6'7", and it's
You
just
can make it your ringtone.
no. My phone's always been in silent. It's gonna remain in silent for the rest of its life. But yeah, there's another thing that's happening in Phoenix that I'm actually very excited about. I'm thinking, I haven't decided if I'm gonna go. There's a candlelight
Concerts. Yeah,
concerts.
I've seen those pop
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
and there's a what is it called? Juan Gabriel homage, and
I
I'm
saw that.
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, I love his music. I'm so down to go, but then I'm just like, so it's just gonna be orchestra, or is it gonna be like somebody like an amateur voicing him? Which
Singer. Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, I can deal with with the orchestra, I can't deal
Hmm.
with somebody who sucks at singing. I suck at
That is
singing,
understandable.
but it's cool because it's
Mhm.
me. But I don't want to hear somebody else try that's worse or slightly better, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how it works, but that one is way cheaper. It's about half.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Hmm.
considering going to that one.
You should. I mean, if you do go, like if like I can always go as well. You know,
Let's make a thing.
I
Yeah,
can
we
hang
we
out.
can all
Yeah.
we can all go. We can invite Josh and see who else is willing to go. Um
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I don't have to. I hope you know I don't exclusively go out just with Josh. If it's the other way around, then great. You know, it makes me feel better. But yeah, no, I go out and do things by myself a lot. So,
I've been doing that a lot
um,
too.
yeah.
Actually, I enjoy my me time because I'm
I understand that completely. I didn't at first, not when I first moved out, but I'm starting to now. Like, and I feel like I kind of like have to learn how to be by myself anyway. So I'm slowly getting there, you know?
yeah. I find it's it's incredibly relaxing when I've been doing this. I've been trying to do it once a week where I go to a coffee shop and I just take my laptop and start, I actually have a list of like things I have to do. So I,
Nice.
and I, it's stupid because you would think it'd be easier if I just write it down on my iPad. No, I have to have a fucking sticky note and I have to write it down, and then I just stick it on the computer, and then I take the computer and I make sure and I check off everything, and that's when I decide
Yeah,
I get to leave. And if I
fair.
don't do it, I don't get to leave. And if I leave without it, I tell myself you don't get to come back.
Yeah.
So I
That's
give
fair.
myself a
That's a good
punishment.
rule. Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, so I have to do that. I have to do that. Blah blah blah. And yeah, as soon as you get it done, and then I've been so lucky these past few months. So I've been getting booked up the wazoo. So pretty
Yes.
much
Awesome.
every Saturday I have photo booth. And if anybody here is from the local Phoenix area and you are having an event, please hire Infinity Team photo booth for all of your parties, Christmas parties, quinceañeras. We're doing a bar mitzvah and anything. Yeah, it's super fun. We are the best photo booth in the state of Arizona. I can say that because I believe it. and, and yeah, we are amazing. We have, we always have a great time with our clients, and we believe all of our clients have a great time with us. That's why they keep calling us back. So yeah, it's amazing. It's fun. Book us.
And put your link in the description too,
Yeah, I'll
and your
add
socials.
I'll add my socials to the link in the
Yeah.
description so you guys can follow me there. But anyways, do you want to talk about another serial killer?
We can, and I promise I will be more prepared for that
No, no,
one.
no, 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 no. Give
No.
me a serial killer right now. Let's talk about a serial killer. We were talking about BTK as well.
Okay, yeah, fucking Dennis. Sorry.
Dennis
Yeah,
Ridger
Ritter. Hold on, let me look him
Raider
up. I don't
Raider
even remember his name. I just call him fucking Dennis. Fucking
Dennis
idiot.
Dennis Raider
Dennis
Ritter
Rader. Yeah,
Dennis Raider.
it's Rader.
So he was an electrician, right?
Yes, he was an electrician. I think he worked for like a cable company, and that's or not a cable company. It was some kind of electric company, and that's kind of how he was able to find most of his victims.
Yeah, because I can't remember. He was active in what state? Do you remember?
Let me see.
He
I feel like
was
it was something in the Mid East, Midwest. Never
Midwest.
mind, don't quote me. Kansas. Fucking
Okay,
Kansas.
okay. He was active in Kansas. The thing about him is that his mo was BTK, bind, torture, and kill. So
Yes.
it was like another thing. He also had very. He was also like the Trinity Killer from Dexter, where he lived a perfectly normal life. He had his stints of, I think he killed like one or two people, and then he wouldn't do anything for a few months or a year, and then
Yeah.
he would, act again. But it wasn't because he was very smart, and he would let the heat lay low, die down
Right.
before he acted again. But he always had his mo, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
way that he would do it is, he was I don't remember if he was an electrician or a cable guy, but he would climb up these poles and, start looking around, and he would see, this lady is always home, alone, and she has her windows open and I can see her, and then he would knock on the door and just be like, hey, I'm with blah 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 company and we need to go in there and we need to we got to conduct some tests because something's wrong. And that's when he
Yeah.
would attack. He would bind, torture, and kill. And he just reminds me of Red Foreman from the 70s show so much.
Yeah, the way that he looks, he definitely does look like Red Foreman. Absolutely.
Is there
But he's just such an idiot too, because the way that this dude got caught, right?
how did he get caught? I don't remember.
Yeah. He asked the cops if they were able to like decode a floppy disk, and the cops told him no, that they can't do that. So he sends in a floppy disk, and guess what? Like, or he asked like them if like they were able to trace them back, the floppy disk back to him, and the cops were just like, no, we can't trace things like that. So he sends them in the floppy disk, and that's how they traced them and traced back the like contents of the floppy disk to Dennis.
What an idiot.
Yeah,
But
look it up.
It goes back to
It's so ridiculous.
It goes back to the part where floppy sent the floppy disk, made a data trace to Dennis, and the at Christ Lutheran Church. What an idiot!
So dumb. You know,
What an idiot! Like what? In early 2005,
thinking
BTK
it's
sent the
funny,
sent the police a floppy disk, a purple 1.4 megabyte diskette, to a local Fox TV station asking, "Can it be traced if I sent this?" No shit. He's such a boomer. Right? He's such a boomer. He's like, hey, can you trace this? It's like me giving you a floppy disk. Not a floppy disk. So for the kids, a floppy disk
an SD card.
Yeah. For the kids listening, a floppy disk was what we used to use instead of a thumb drive. Yes. And now we don't use thumb drives. We use fucking the cloud,
Yes. Yep. That's very true. I remember it went from floppy disks to like those SD cards.
No, it went to CD.
Then, oh yeah, CDs.
It went to CDs, like CDs. Writable CDs. Dude, it was.
And then like either the USB or the disc card, like the little
SD cards.
Yeah, the SD cards.
The SD cards, and then there was different types of SD cards, and they weren't all. The thing I hated about those fucking SD cards. You know how it had a little lock thing.
Yes.
And I felt like sometimes when I put that shit into the computer, it will lock it, and then I'm just like, why the fuck can't I open it or do anything?
Get it out. Yeah.
And I had to take it out, and I'm like, why is it locked? And then I put it back in, and it was locked again, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I had to after 3 fucking tries. Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say I totally understand that. I don't even know how people have dealt with the changing in technology, because I've seen those old 80s computers where they're just black, the black screen with the green letters. Ridiculous. Well, actually, even just going from typewriters to that.
Dude, I remember the first computer we had. It was that big old computer.
Yeah, a box.
That big old box
attached to it.
And then that fucking huge tube monitor. And that shit weighed fucking 60 pounds. And here was my skinny little ass trying to fucking carry it and pick it up. And then it was so hot in that corner that we had it.
Yes.
In this Arizona heat, I would just sweat just in front of it. And then being a kid, we would always just play Minesweeper and stupid shit like that.
I was gonna say, do you remember even moving, putting your hands on the monitor? It kind of felt tingly,
static electricity.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that as such, and it made a little noise. I remember that very specifically.
Dude, it sucks because I've seen.
It had a smell.
Did it have a smell?
Yes, it had this weird plasticky smell. And it felt like burning plastic a little bit.
It was probably burning.
It probably was.
It's funny because that reminds me of a funny story. My mom told me that when me and my sister were little kids, they, the way that my parents would raise me is they turn on the TV and just be like, I'm gonna go do, house chores, and you guys just sit down and watch the fucking TV until we're done. And me and my sister were just like, oh, okay. And then I guess we got so close to the TV that we could feel it heating up. So we were just like, oh my God, it must be thirsty. So we grabbed a cup of water, we poured it on the vents on the fucking TV.
No.
It didn't ruin it. It didn't ruin it.
Of course it didn't, because things back then were made a little bit better.
Yeah, or we just got fucking lucky because that ass whooping that we were gonna get for that one was gonna be fucking legendary.
Have you seen F is for Family?
No, I saw a few episodes, but it to me, F is for Family is like South Park, where you can watch one episode once a week, but you can't watch 3 episodes all at once because it gets annoying. Because it seems like
That's so funny.
the same shit.
That's so funny. I binged it. Like that was like one of the first introductions I really had to adult animation. My ex introduced me to it and I ended up really liking it. I don't know why. But in one of the scenes, like the question is, did you pour water down the back of it? Like because they get a brand new TV and Bill Burr is like the main character. He's like, no, I didn't fucking put water in the back of the new goddamn TV. Who the fuck does that? Why did it? And then like 3 different people ask him.
I did that.
I don't know. It's just funny, and I enjoy it. It's like based in the 70s.
I know,
so
but
they've got like the Vietnam jokes and stuff, and then
supposedly it's based on Bill Burr's family, right? Like that was his dad.
Yeah,
he's voicing his dad, and then the little redhead kid is Bill Burr.
It's him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny though.
I probably gotta pick it up one of these days, but it's just like, you know, why can't it be like I'm a kid at heart, so show me something like Avatar. You know, give me a story that's building up, and you know it's intriguing. It's got a lot of heart. It's got, you know, amazing characters, great writing, and I'll watch the shit out of it. But you know,
I don't think he's gonna have another Avatar again. To be honest,
yes we are. They're making a Avatar.
No, I mean anything that can live up to that expectation.
Well, the bar is set up pretty fucking high, but it really is. There is gonna be a new. I don't know if they made it, if they changed their mind and it's just gonna be a few movies, but there was supposed to be a new Avatar where we're gonna get the original Avatar gang and they're gonna be like in their 20s, and that's gonna be so fucking exciting because, you know, the thing that sucked about Legend of Korra was, you know, these characters were great. Yeah. But they weren't the original gang. And the original gang, each one of them was like a prodigy for their own type of bending. You know, Toph was the best earthbender that ever existed because she learned without seeing. And just like the, what was it called? The badger moles?
The badger moles. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they were blind, but they were the original earthbenders because they learned how to do it with their senses.
And she developed metal bending.
And she created metal bending. Yeah. Yeah. And then I like that her daughter hated her.
Which one?
Both of them fucking hated her, didn't they?
Well, I kind of think that's pretty on par for the character, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, it makes sense. You can see how flawed she is. I thought Lynn liked her. Lynn is my favorite character. Well, okay, Lynn, Tenzin, and Kaya are my favorite characters from Legend of Korra.
Kaya? What about Boomy? Boomy was one of my favorites.
I like Boomy, but I don't like him as much as I like Kaya, actually.
What's the name of Tenzin's son that looked so much like
Miko?
Milo. I remember when he's drawing and he draws himself like an emperor like that, like Napoleonish, and he goes, "No, Miko, I need to see the real Miko. Like, you know, where's the Miko inside of you?" And he's so like deep and like he's such a fucking headache.
He is. I do like Milo's funny. The other one. I liked Iki, the other girl. The other daughter. Tenzin's other daughter.
I didn't like the one that ended up getting the airbender tattoos. She was annoying.
Why not? She wasn't. She was literally like the least annoying one.
I don't know. I felt like I was like, did you earn your spot?
She did.
Did she?
And like, I think she did. But whatever. No, okay, so I had to rewatch Legend of Korra with my husband because he asked me to. I have to. But I had only seen it once since it came out.
You appreciated it the second time?
Huh?
Did you appreciate it more?
No, I think I appreciate it more. I appreciated the third season more.
Which is the third season? Is
The
the
one
third
with
season
where they kill the Earth Queen.
is the third season the one where we get the flashback to the original Airbender, the original Avatar?
No, that's the second one, I
That's the
think.
second one.
Yeah, that's the second season.
Okay. I
Um,
think the second season is the one where we have Raza versus the good and the bad spirit,
yeah, that's
and
and Avatar
Rava,
1 is the first one.
because he fuses
Like
with the
Rava.
Rava,
Yeah.
and yeah. I fucking love that flashback.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good flashback. I thought you said you loved that season. I was like, no, that one was
No.
awful.
It did
I
it.
skipped
I hate
past
it
it.
because I'm like, okay, how the fuck does he destroy the bad demon?
Yeah,
But
Vatsu.
there's
I think that's what his
Vatu,
name.
yeah,
Yeah,
but there's still, you know, bad
evil in
people.
the world.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
destroy evil, but there's still evil in the world. That would have been a good bookend to the series.
yeah,
She perfectly brought balance to the earth by destroying all evil. And then when we
right.
saw Uncle Iroh in the spirit world, and I was just like,
Oh yeah,
Uncle Iroh,
I
Un-
know. We all
Uncle
miss him.
Uncle Iroh makes me want to be that type of uncle.
Yes,
And Uncle Iroh is actually a great fucking example of, the world treating you bad and you deciding to be a good person. Even though
absolutely.
he was the heir to the earth, not the earth, the fire nation, right? He was,
Mhm.
and that's one of the things that what was the name of the Sozin?
Ozai. That's the brother.
No, the dad.
Oh, Azulon.
Azula. Oh yeah. Sozin then died,
Azulon.
and then
Yeah.
he passed the throne down to Azulan, and Azulan had Iroh and
Ozai.
Sozai.
Ozai
Ozai.
with an
There you go.
O.
Ozai.
Yeah.
And that
God,
was
I'm such a
part of
nerd.
that's one of the things that gets lost in the show, where the reason that Zuko's mom was exiled because she killed
Hmm.
Azulo, whatever his name is,
Azulon.
Azulan, and that's why
Yeah.
she was exiled, right? Because
Hmm.
that was the deal that she struck with Ozai
Yes.
to the reason
So
you're
that
not,
way that Zuko would survive.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like he's like, because he dishonored him, right? And it's kind of
Well,
stupid.
not just that, but like Ozai when they were meeting with
The War Council.
you know, no, they were meeting so Ozai was meeting with his father which was Azulon. And it was after Lu Ten's death, like Iroh's kid's death.
and he
And
re-
then
and he
yeah,
requested
Ozai
to
was like, yes, he
give me the
wanted
throne. Give
to
me the throne. He failed.
exactly.
He failed. He's
Uh-huh.
distressed. He's gonna lose this. He's gonna lose power, and we're gonna be vulnerable. So give me control, and I'll do it. And he goes. He wanted to punish him, right, for suggesting that. He goes. He
Yeah.
just lost his son. What was the name of his son?
No.
Luten.
Luton, yeah. I was like, he's like, he just lost his only son. He's like, so for punishment, you should lose yours.
Yeah.
And then Ozai was fine with it.
Yeah,
He was
because
like, I
he
don't
didn't
give a fuck.
care. He didn't care
Yeah,
about.
he didn't care.
He didn't care about Zuko. He cared more
Yeah.
about
Oh,
his
it's
daughter
such a good
because his
show.
daughter was a better reflection of himself,
Yeah, she was a prodigy
which
too.
is weird.
Yeah,
Which is weird because most people hate the
prefer the
son.
males.
No, most
Yep.
people hate the son that looks more like them, that acts like them.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a funny psychological thing where the son, the offspring that most embodies you is the one that usually you're less attached to, because it we don't see the flaws that we have, but when we see him in another person, we don't like him.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Poor
So
Zuko.
yeah, poor
Ugh,
Zuko. So Zuko was actually more like his mother, right? But he was
yes.
hard set in proving to his dad that he could be his dad. And
Yeah.
like he was brought up to thinking, you're gonna take over the Fire Nation, and I mean, why wouldn't he? He's the only male heir of the Fire Kingdom, so like Ozai was
Which
like,
is some bullshit because, like, at the end, like, Ozai just made Azula Fire Lord, and then he became the Phoenix King. Dumb shit.
yeah, but dude, I remember I was like, dude, Ozai was so cool, and then there was something magical about them never showing what Ozai looked like.
I agree. I think it definitely built up, like, the suspense, too.
Yeah, because they
You know,
mentioned
like, it's
the
just kind of like
Fire
this
Lord,
expectation.
Fire Lord
Yeah,
Ozai, Fire Lord Ozai. And then I think we see him drawn in a few paintings here and there, but we never see him. And he, it's a painting, so he looks menacing, but from a distance. And you can't really be afraid of a painting. But when you
exactly.
see him and then they give him the best fucking voice, fucking
I
Luke
know.
Skywalker, and Luke
Yep.
Skywalker just fucking kills it. But either way, I've noticed that I'm like, that's a perfect voice for him. But
Oh yeah. I didn't even know it was him. Like, Joe had to point that out to me. He was like, he's like,
that's the Joker.
I can't believe Mark Hamill does his voice, and I was like, what? And
Mhm.
he's like, yeah, that's Mark Hamill. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's not Mark Hamill.
He sounds the
I can
same.
literally not even hear it.
He sounds the
Huh?
same. He sounds the same in everything he voices. You know?
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
He
does.
honestly, I don't hear it. Maybe you have that musician's ear bullshit. I can't hear it. I can hear certain people like when they're like, I'm like, oh, I know who that is immediately. But with him, with Mark Hamill, I can't like, I don't know.
I can.
I can't just
You,
put it
you
together.
know he's in Invincible, right? Have you seen Invincible?
Yes, he's
Okay.
the old man. He's the tailor, right?
Yeah.
The one that makes all
Art.
the suits. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He sounds the same.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
He does
does.
not.
He sounds the same in everything he does. But either way, I'm just like, you know what? Your voice is amazing.
Hmm.
I've been meaning to watch the long walk because he's in it. He's the general.
What is this? What is this about?
It's a
Oh,
Stephen
the
King
long
book.
walk.
It's a Stephen King book. It's The Long Walk. It's already available on the app that I watch, and it's
Hmm.
I guess the premise is like these kids get picked and they have to walk throughout the United States. It's televised, and if you ever walk under three
Interesting.
miles an hour, you are eliminated. If you decide you can't participate, you are eliminated. And it's like the Hunger Games rules, where there can only be one. And I
Oh,
guess
I
like
see.
yeah,
Interesting.
it was in theaters like a month ago, and I guess it just
It's
died
still in
out.
theaters, apparently.
Well, it's on VOD now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're
I
good.
didn't mean to be that sassy.
You're good. You're good. But yeah, it sounds interesting because I'm like, Mark Hamill as a villain is always a good thing.
Absolutely. It's one of the reasons why I love Batman the Animated Series so much. Like I love it so much I literally have the Joker version, like, the Joker from Batman the Animated Series tattooed on my leg.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll have to show you one at some point.
Yeah, don't
But
do
yeah,
it
I
now.
have okay.
Don't do it
No,
now.
I won't do it now. But like it's not anywhere, like it's just on my
It
thigh.
doesn't matter, but like you're
Like
gonna like contort. You could fall. No, we don't want to make it that exciting.
no, that's fair. No, I have like Batman from the animated series on it,
Hmm.
Joker from the animated series on it, and Red Hood, but in animated series style.
Okay, because
So
I'm
like
like the
it's
Red
not
Hood
like
wasn't shown in the
he was
Batman.
never in it.
No.
Yeah, he was never in it, but the Batman the animated series had a comic, right?
Hmm.
And they brought in Red Hood and animated him like the animated series style.
Oh, okay. Did you
Yeah, so
did
like
you know
that's what
that
he's tattooed on.
the
Hmm.
animators for Batman the animated series, they decided to go with black paper instead of white paper, and they
Yes, I
drew.
did.
Yes, and that's why it looks so fucking cool. I One of the favorite episodes that I watched. I still watch it every once in a while because it's on
Uh-huh.
HBO. It's
Yes, beautiful.
the day the man who killed the bat.
That's a good one with the little kid. Like, no, wait.
No,
Is it the one with the little kid?
no. It's like this fat guy that accidentally kills Batman, but he doesn't kill Batman. But the Joker is so pissed off because he goes, "Why did you kill him?" That should have been me. That should have been me. And he has the eulogy. And like, you know, like he's so pissed off. And that reminds me of like, you know, one of the best comic book series of Batman was what's the name of it? I can't remember. But it has the three Jokers.
I actually have never heard of this. Now I'm very curious.
So it's he finds out who Joe Chill is. You know who Joe Chill is, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the guy that killed his parents.
Yeah. So
Alert.
he finds out who Batman really is. He finds out that it's Bruce Wayne. And then he finds out who Joe Chill is. So he kidnaps Joe Chill and he starts interrogating him because it is fucked up that he found out that the person who made Batman wasn't the Joker. Because Batman made the Joker. And he's like, no. What do you mean that the person that created Batman wasn't me, you know? I thought creating a Joker created the necessity for a Batman. But no, the man who created him is Joe Chill. But Joe Chill also outed who Batman really was. And he was more pissed off.
So it's literally called Batman 3 Jokers.
Mm-hmm.
You look so done.
What?
It's literally called Batman 3 Jokers, and apparently Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood are in it.
Yeah, I've
never read it.
It's a very interesting one because
I'm gonna have to add it to my list. Where do you read comic books? By the way, I used to go to the stores, but now I don't go to the stores anymore. So we're just what website? What websites?
I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I can.
Oh, I see. Okay, can you send me a link?
I can send you a link. Just remind me. Yeah, but yeah, there's 3 Jokers. One of them is the criminal Joker, so he's cold, calculating, the mob boss version. There's the clown, you know, the prankster, the chaotic one, and the comedian, sadistic, with a tormentor side of him. And they, you know, when they find out that Joe Chill was the guy who, you know, created Batman, it breaks him. It breaks him. It's similar to you know, the Harley Quinn show where well, who was it, the one who unmasked Batman?
It was
Scarecrow.
Fucking Scarecrow. Yeah.
And then he gets fucking pissed off. And they make him like Elon Musk-ish.
Then he killed Scarecrow.
Yeah, because he's pissed off. Because it ruins the fun, you know? It ruins the fun about, you know, the cat and mouse game. I don't need to know who he is because that makes him a person. And the whole Batman and Joker aspect to it is that, you know, he might say, you know, Batman, take off your mask and, you know, we'll call it a day and I'll let these people go. No,
it's their dynamic.
It's their dynamic where, you know, he knows he's not going to do that. Just like he knows Batman can't kill, which is one of the things that somebody pointed out about The Dark Knight that I didn't think about. That why the Joker won.
Yeah.
Did you know why the Joker won?
Because of what they say at the end?
No.
Why?
Because in reality, who killed Two-Face?
He didn't really kill Two-Face.
Yes, he did.
No, okay, you know, no. They fell. They fell to their deaths.
Okay, but in every scenario, so like the whole third act of that movie is him not allowing these two boats to kill each other, even if it was indirectly, right? And that's the whole point. And then it goes back to the end where Two-Face is actually, you know, making it worse. So, you know, Two-Face is like putting, you know, between a hard spot and the wall, and he's like, the only way you're gonna finish this is you either take me out or you know, let me take this kid out. And that's when, you know, Batman has to like throw him overboard.
Yeah. So
essentially he did what the Joker wanted him to do,
I guess, but it didn't mean, like, you know, he could have saved him. I
Because
hate you. I hate you.
because Batman always finds a way. Batman always finds a way.
fucking
Just
hate
like
you.
in the fucking
No, don't even talk to me anymore. I hate you.
in the end of the Red Hood, you know, where again the Joker puts him in a situation where Jason Todd is like, you either have to stop me or I'm gonna end the Joker, and it's
Yeah.
fucking Jensen ankles, whatever,
Ackles. Yeah.
ankles, amazing voice, and he's like,
Beautiful man.
sure,
Sorry. He is.
he's
gorgeous.
handsome guy. He's
Some-
and then he's like, I can't believe that, you know, you let this sadistic piece of trash live on. He's like, you just put him. They point out that he put him in a body cast for like 6 months. That means he broke every single bone in his body. I mean, but you know, he's like, that's the one rule that Batman won't break, right? And at the end of that movie, he forced him to break that rule. And it's implied that, you know, Batman kind of wanted to do it.
Of course Batman wanted to do it, but what do you mean, like, he broke that rule? What rule was it?
The no killing
Joker
rule.
survived.
Okay, he didn't kill the Joker. But
Yeah, he didn't kill the Joker.
But he did kill Harvey Dent.
Okay. You know what? He also, so now that we're going to this is one of the reasons why I don't like the Michael Keaton movie. It's because he killed the Joker.
Yeah, but back then,
yeah, but same thing though. He still killed someone.
But the thing is that Batman didn't give us rules. It was just a marketing Batman, you know? It's a good movie.
Yes.
But like Batman kills people all the time in that movie.
He really does. And I still don't like it.
I don't like it either because how does that Batman does that Joker also fall?
He gets okay. So what happens, right, is the fucking Batman uses his grappling gun and like it ties around a fucking gargoyle statue, and then he shoots the grappling gun
because it knows exactly where to stop and loop around how many times, right?
Right, so, but then he shoots it at fucking like Joker's ankle, and the weight literally takes him down.
I mean, that was the most annoying part of those movies, is seeing that grappling hook break through like cement, like if it was a fucking construction paper, and it gripping, and then it could hold. It at one point it held a vault. Remember in Batman Forever? Yeah, and I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense. But as a kid, I was just like, yeah.
Same.
Fucking Batman's fucking cool.
All of that weight, like, literally brought the Joker down because he was trying to escape on a fucking helicopter.
Yes,
like, on,
I
like,
remember
a little
that.
ladder. Yeah, and then it just like wrapped around his ankle, and he couldn't hold on to it anymore because it's fucking heavy. There's a goddamn stone gargoyle right there.
But that's the thing about Batman. That's the thing about the Chris Nolan movies, you know, imply that Batman has a sense of morality, and you know he's okay with helping people, but he doesn't want to kill people. And I guess you could say that, you know, he broke his rule in the first movie because he lets Ra's al Ghul die.
Yes, that one he specifically let him die. I agree with that. I do like it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do like that scene.
He points out, he's like, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you.
I don't have to save you. Exactly. I love that line.
That whole movie is him wrestling with that, you know, if I kill somebody, the amount of murders in this world stays the same.
Are gonna be the same. Yep.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, that's why he betrays the League of Shadows, and you know, he pretty much blows it up inadvertently, and he saves Ra's al Ghul, not knowing that he is Ra's al Ghul, and you know, it just creates this motion, and the whole thing is like, you know, I'm gonna be a vigilante, but I'm not gonna be a criminal like these criminals. I'm not going to kill people. I'm going to have a sense of morality. And, you know, in the first movie, he goes, okay, you're not going to stop. I can stop you by not saving you.
Yep.
But I'm not going to kill you. But in the second movie...
Technicality's a bitch.
Yeah. In the second movie, he has no choice but to take out Harvey Dent. And, you know, he kind of wanted to because that guy was slaying his girl.
Oh, absolutely. I think it works. Like I hate that you pointed it out to me, but it works because in the third movie we see him. He's no longer Batman. He literally lost
The will to be
you
Batman.
know, well, not just that, but like also like he broke his one rule, the cardinal rule. It's at that point where he either had to he kind of like fell into that what that famous line says, you either long enough or you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. I think part of him died that night with Harvey,
The Julius
which
Caesar.
signifies as to why he didn't become the Batman for so long.
Yeah,
So
and then
it makes sense. It works.
it's funny because it adds to the whole like gravitas of like in that third movie when they're chasing. He's like, who do we care about, Bane or the son of a gun who killed Harvey Dent? Because they glorify him, right? Because they don't want him to. They don't
Mhm.
want his whole legacy to be tarnished,
Exactly. That
and
has to be the symbol.
yeah, he has to be the symbol because Batman can't be the symbol. And
Exactly. It makes so much sense now. Oh my God, I love those movies so much more now. Ah.
my nephew's never seen him, and I'm just like, how the
Whenever
fuck?
they're on Tuesday night classics, take him to go watch one of them,
I
please. My God.
I know. I've been meaning. I saw that they were gonna have Nightmare on Elm Street on Tuesday Night Classics. And by the way,
Oh,
Harkins, if you want to sponsor us, we would love to go watch or host one of these Tuesday Night Madness, or what is it called? Classics. Tuesday Night Classics.
yes, Tuesday night.
Let's watch The Conjuring again on a Tuesday night.
Yes. Ooh, okay, so
What's the next?
have
What's the
you ever
movie?
seen Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yes,
The one
no,
with Gary
that's
Oldman?
no, I'm not watching that. Fucking
That's fair.
fucking
Keanu
Breakpoint
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves in there.
Yeah.
Does he say whoa at any point? Because I feel like he does.
He probably does. I don't remember. All I remember is Gary Oldman and looking at Gary Oldman and Gary Oldman saying, I would travel through oceans of time to be with you. And I thought that was hot.
Gary
He was so
Oldman
pretty.
elevates every movie he's in, except for
He
that one
really does.
where he's a little person. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I don't think so.
There's a movie where he's a little person and Kate Beckinsale's like his mother or something like that.
What?
I'm not kidding. I think
Very
it's called
weird.
Tiptoes. Let
I
me see.
believe you. Yeah, no, so apparently that's the one, the Dracula one is on the 28th of October, then it's Clue, then Back to the Future Part 2, then The Wizard of Oz, then Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, A
Oh,
Christmas Story,
that
It's a
reminds
Wonderful Life.
me. There's a
Uh-huh.
movie. There's a movie that you've seen, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, right?
I haven't actually.
You've
I've
never
never
seen
this
it.
movie.
Okay. You know
No.
who John Candy was?
Yes.
Uncle Buck.
Very famous comedian.
Yeah. So there's a documentary about him. I believe it's on
Yeah.
Amazon. It's called I Like Me.
Ryan Reynolds made it, right?
Ryan Reynolds made it? I didn't know that.
I think he did. Hold on.
It's called I Like Me. Let me see.
How did he made it?
Colin Hanks. Oh, Ryan Reynolds
Colin
is a
Hanks.
producer. Yeah, Colin Hanks.
Producer. Yeah.
Tom Hanks' son.
Hmm.
He was
I
in.
do like Colin Hanks.
He was in Jumanji.
King Kong.
He was in King Kong.
Yeah, the one in 2005 with Jack Black.
I didn't watch it
Oh, well then you wouldn't know.
because I heard it was like 3 hours and it was super fucking boring. It was Peter Jackson
I
directing it.
loved it.
Really?
I actually, yeah, but I was a kid when I went to go see it. I went to see it in IMAX.
It was 3
Um,
hours and I was just like, fuck that.
I loved it. I don't think it's what everybody wanted, and it's definitely like more slow paced, but I loved it. I remember crying at the end of the movie. It was so good. I
Why?
thought it was well done.
Because it was Beauty that killed the beast.
No, I cried because they killed the fucking monkey. I just don't like any like animal abuse or any abuse to anything that can't defend themselves, like children, old like elders and animals. I
That-
cannot get no.
That reminds
don't-
me. Did you ever watch the movie Good Boy?
No.
It's a
What is
movie
that?
about a dog, and I guess the whole
Don't
movie.
tell me.
The whole movie is about the dog's point of view, where the house is like possessed, and he's trying to save them.
I have not seen it yet. I've seen the attractions of it. I would also cry for that poor dog because I don't like seeing animals in distress either.
So I watched a review because I wanted to see like, is it worth watching? And is the dog gonna die?
Yeah,
And the guy goes,
the dog
every
doesn't die.
yeah, he goes, everybody wants to know if the dog's gonna die, and I'm just like, faith in humanity restored, because people care about dogs,
Yes.
and that's great.
Yeah, it was the creator's dog too,
It was
which I think, yeah, like the dude like that wrote the whole
screenplay.
movie and everything, the director.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's his dog.
That's cool.
He was like, yeah, right, even better. I forgot what the dog's name was too, but like I got a lot of like videos on my TikTok about it.
But I heard it's
I
not
just
even
didn't watch
90.
the movie.
The movie's not even 90 minutes. It's like 70 minutes or something like that. And I was just like,
Oh, poor puppy.
crap, do I really want to watch this movie? Uh,
Well, that's my thing.
I was like, first of all, the dog makes it so that plus, I'm going to wait for it to go out on streaming. That way I can watch it and not feel bad about spending money for a movie that's not even 90 minutes long. But yeah, the movie
Sure.
I Like Me, it's about John Candy, right? And I guess it talks
Mhm.
about his struggles and, you know, being a comedic actor. And that's one of the things in that Plane, Trains, and Automobiles movie where at the end,
Mhm.
I don't want to spoil it because you haven't seen it, but then that movie came out like fucking 50 years ago, so I feel like it's
You
your
can
fault.
spoil it. I'll forget about it unless I watch it.
Okay, so
So
during this journey, right, it's Steve Martin, and Steve Martin has looked the same fucking age since like the fucking 80s or 70s. He's always had fucking silver fox
white
hair.
hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he, like, I don't know if he just owned it at that age and just decided, I'm gonna fucking look like a vampire because I don't age after that. But either way, so
I
the
get it.
movie is like, you know, Steve Martin plays this like stuck up businessman, and John Candy plays like this guy who's just like, you know, lovable, but he's trouble. Everything he touches
Yeah.
dismantles, and he's like,
Hmm.
you know, and he gets both of them kicked off the plane. He gets them in the no fly list, so they can't
Mhm.
fly. So I think they're going from like somewhere to Chicago. I don't know where. But they start to rent a car and they start traveling together, and a whole bunch of crap happens. They go on a train, planes, trains, and automobiles, and then throughout the whole story, you start hearing, because John Candy's character keeps talking about, like, you know, my wife likes me, my wife does this, my wife does that, my wife, and then when they finally go their separate ways, Steve Martin realizes his wife's dead.
Oh,
Yeah, because at one point before if they leave, he goes off on him. He goes, "You're a fucking idiot. Who the fuck would ever like you? You ruin everything. You make people miserable. You don't understand what the fuck you're doing," and blah blah blah. And then
was that deserved though?
kinda,
Kind of.
because as the audience,
I'm sure he gets annoying.
we like seeing Steve Martin lose his shit, because he is like
Yes.
self-absorbed and super cocky and everything.
Mhm.
But and then John Candy is super lovable. He's well-meaning, but he is like, you seen Due Date, right?
Yeah, he's like Zach Galifianakis
He's
in
like
it.
Zach Galifianakis in it. But then he starts thinking about, like, he did say that in the past tense. Holy shit, his wife is dead.
Aw.
And he finds him, and he finds him like in a bus stop, and he goes, yeah, he's like, you know, every year I come back here and I visit her grave and blah blah blah. And he invites him to Thanksgiving dinner, because that's the whole, like, you know, the MacGuffin is going home to see your family on Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
it's like one of the movies I
Aw.
like watching during Thanksgiving, because it's so sad. It's so sad because, you know, another person who, you know, life sucks. Life took away something very important to him, and he's just finding a way to make it happen. And, you know, he's still like, you know, he causes a whole bunch of trouble, but he's still a very nice person, and he's well-meaning, but he's him. And it sucks because I think he died around the same time that Chris Farley died, right?
I think so. Hold on, let's see. In 94 is when he died.
Chris Farley died
Let's see,
in
when did Chris Farley
97.
die?
97.
Yeah, roughly around the same time. Two good comedians.
When I was little, I confused them both.
Me too. I like right now that you were telling me that story, I was like, I kind of confused them, and then like I googled John Candy. I was like, oh yeah, that's not the guy that I was thinking about. Yep.
I guess they were both on SNL, right?
I don't know. I have never really watched SNL. Like,
He died in
didn't
Durango,
grow up with it.
Mexico in
I know. I saw
1994.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a Canadian who lived in the US and died in Mexico. There's nothing more American than that.
Ain't that the truth?
But he has a
Um.
son. He has a son and daughter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I
I was
guess
gonna say, have you finished or have you continued watching BoJack?
no. I'm sorry. You have to
It's
remind
okay.
me. You have to remind me because the first thing I do is I do watch in the morning. I have rituals, I guess you could call it. So in the morning, I wake up, I get everything ready, and then I start watching this financial YouTube podcast, and it's called
Hmm.
Morning Brew Daily. And it's about 30 minutes, maybe like 26 minutes. And it gives you a rundown on what's going on with the economy, how the market's moving, things that are mergers and blah, blah, blah. Boring things. I love
Hmm.
it. I watch that. And then I usually play music, lofi music, or I start listening to like stupid podcasts because I love those. Or have you ever listened to Sword and Scale? I think I told you about it.
No, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another serial killer podcast, and they break down like it's cool because it gives you the recordings, 911
Yeah.
calls. It
Oh,
gives you
nice. That is
it
cool.
it gives you a it's like Law and Order where they show you snips of the court hearings and everything, and
Yeah.
then it gives you a rundown, or it'll be like, to this day we don't know what's going to happen, or it's a developing
Right.
story, they still haven't caught him, or sometimes it's part two. The only thing it started pushing me away when he started getting too political because it
Hmm.
meant he had a bias, and I'm just like,
Right.
okay, I'd rather you just give me the facts, I'll decide the bias. let
Oh,
me
yeah,
just let me
exactly. Leave it
decide the
up to
bias.
me to decide.
Don't give
Yeah,
me the bias yourself, which I'm
exactly.
like, some of his viewpoints I share, but don't
Hmm.
tell me because you're insulting my intelligence.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah. But yeah, I highly recommend it. It's still very good. They're like 40-minute, an hour, 20-minute episodes. And then some of these crimes, they're not very well known because they're modern.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you can go into it and watch them, and they're very entertaining. Did you see the last Conjuring movie?
I did. I actually went to go see it in theaters. With one of my friends. Um, with some of my friends. It was all right. I mean, I don't.
Ever
I
since
like the first two.
James Wan moved away from it after the second one, he was the
Oh,
director. So when James
that's
Wan
why I like
left,
the first two.
yeah, after he left, the movie started sucking because I believe the guy
Yeah.
who did The Devil Made Me Do It also did the
Hmm.
Last Rites, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess. And
Yeah, I was
then
gonna say I didn't care for them, to be honest.
I fell asleep during the first one,
Yeah, that's fair.
and
I
then
was in
this
high school when the first one came out.
fuck. I was in
Your
college.
face.
I was in college. I went to see the second one, and then I pointed as soon as we walked out. I told my friends, "I'm like, did you guys notice
Uh,
that nobody dies in this movie?
yeah.
In the
Yeah,
second one,
nobody died.
nobody dies. I don't remember if the first one somebody dies. I believe somebody does die.
Nobody dies in the first one. All the people there are dead.
Oh god! You know that the Warrens, like they made so many movies about them, like the Amityville Horror House, blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah.
They're all based on their stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the Amity Horrorville the Amity, yeah, the Amity,
Did you
whatever the
know
fuck it's
Ryan Reynolds
called.
was in
It's a
one of those
fucking
movies?
huge. Yes, I watched that one. It's like the 2005 version or something like that, or the early 2000s version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been debunked. It was a huge hoax. No shit, right? But yeah, huge hoax and everything. It's debunked.
We
The Morbid podcast actually did a really good episode on it, on like if it was real or not, and then they brought in all of their sources and everything. It was a really good episode for the Morbid podcast.
did you see? We went to see the Black Phone 2, which is one of the
Oh,
movies
I
that
haven't seen it.
I actually feel like it was better than the first one.
Okay.
But they bring in they add an aspect to this villain, right? Because you saw the first one, right?
I have not seen the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you watch the first movie, you understand that, it doesn't make sense that there would be a part two because the
Right.
serial killer kind of goes bye-bye in the first one.
Yeah.
But in this one, they bring him back as a Freddy Krueger type villain.
Interesting. Okay.
And they bring back another character that died in the first one, but he comes back as a different character. And my niece went with me, and she was super excited because she actually got to meet the actor.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, we got there, we sat down, and I was just like, hey, do you want popcorn? Do you want me to get it during the movie? Or like, the movie's gonna start like in 5 minutes. What do you want me to do? She goes, oh, can you go get popcorn? I was like, yeah. I'll be right back. Watch my seat. And I left, and as I was getting the popcorn, because I always get the popcorn, and have you ever tried the Bunch of Crunch?
No.
You have to fucking do this. So they sell, what a Crunch bar is, right?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Okay. So in the theaters, they sell a Bunch of Crunch, which is like the crunch made into little balls, and they're imperfect. They're like these little like weird shaped balls, and you pour it into your popcorn, and as the popcorn's hot, it's gonna melt the chocolate. And as you're eating it, you're eating the popcorn with the chocolate, and it makes it so much fucking better. And ever since my nephew,
what theaters are you going to?
Every theater sells them.
I was because I go to the Harkins Theater out here in Goodyear. It's got like one of the biggest screens in the state.
Does it?
And yeah.
Is it one of the Cine Capri? Or they changed it. I think it's called something one or something like that.
Cine One.
Cine One? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's really stupid because when the movie's about to start, they play they close it and then they open it, but the lights are shut.
Open it again.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
I know, that's so dumb.
Spare me. But yeah, dude.
I totally get it.
If we go watch a classic movie, if we go watch a classic movie, I'll buy you guys popcorn and I'll buy you guys the fucking Bunch of Crunch, and it'll fucking change your life.
I'm sure it will, because I was like, I've literally never even seen that, like, ever.
And if you're diabetic, it's really gonna fuck up your life.
If you're diabetic, it's gonna fuck you up.
It's gonna fuck up your life.
I was gonna say, they took away the powders, like the free powder ones that they had at the theaters, remember?
Yeah.
The seasoning. But yeah, I was like fucking pissed about that. I was like, dude.
I used to put that cheddar shit.
Thing. Yeah, I used to use I had a very specific thing that I used to use the kettle one, and then with the garlic one, and like I always made it for my friends whenever we went. They liked it. So every time we went to theaters, they're like, you handle the popcorn. I was like, okay. Now they don't have it anymore, and I'm pissed about it.
My dad's a huge Harry Potter fan, and he kind of I was a Harry Potter fan, but he was a huge Harry Potter fan. I remember when he read the Half-Blood Prince, he bought the when the book came out, we were at the bookstore, and he was pissed off that they didn't have it in Spanish. He's like, "Oh, we'll have it available in 2 weeks." 2 weeks, we fucking go back there. He buys a book, and then he stays outside that whole weekend reading it, and he's like, "Oh, this is great," the Half-Blood Prince is doing this and blah 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 blah, and then that's the book where Snape kills Dumbledore.
Yes, and it's revealed that Snape is the Half-Blood Prince, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my dad's like super excited, super happy. It's like a 500-page book, and
yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets to the end, and out of nowhere, I just see him like get the book and just be like, no, and then he rereads it. He rereads the last chapter, and he goes, no, No, no. And then he just fucking throws the book. He goes, "Fuck that shit." And I'm like, "You want me to throw it away? You want me to pick it up?" And he goes, "No, no, 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 no. Fucking throw it away. Fuck that book." I'm like, "What happened?" He goes, "He kills Dumbledore, okay? He kills Dumbledore." And it makes no fucking sense. He was his friend. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I guess he really is the villain. And I was like, who killed Dumbledore? Snape, okay? Snape fucking killed Dumbledore. And I was just like, oh, what? Dumbledore dies? Isn't he like the strongest one? Yeah. It makes no fucking sense. And then, like, when the Half-Blood Prince, not the Half-Blood Prince, the Deathly Hallows came out. Which, by the way, the Deathly Hallows, at first, I felt like it was the most boring book. But then it grew on me and it became the best book. Because it gave us the whole Deadly Hallows. And like now I can't think, you can't think Harry Potter without acknowledging the Deadly Hallows.
Yeah.
That whole, they should actually, we don't fuck the amazing, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Give us a story about the Deathly Hallows. Make it a series, or make it one movie about that, and I'll fucking watch it because it's super cool about the three brothers that one cheated death, the other one wanted power, and the other one wanted to recover a past love.
Yeah.
Because there's humanity in that story, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's all relatable.
Yeah, because one of them wants absolute power, and absolute power always corrupts. And death, it's like, you cheated me, so you get a prize. What do you guys want? Obviously, it's like, I'd want to have the whole power of the world. I want to manipulate people to do my will. And he kind of gets that. And then the other brother wants, is it considered? No, it's not the Sorcerer's Stone, right? It's the stone that brings back the dead. But it doesn't bring them back the way that you want him, and it cost him, it drove him mad, right? And he ended up taking his own life. And that's how Death claimed the second one. And then the third one just, he asked for something. He just wanted to disappear, live his own life, and always turned his back on Death until he got
he hid from him.
He got old enough to the point where he welcomed Death. And I feel like, like if you talk to old people are very comfortable talking about death, because at one point, it depends, right? If they have family, if they have, if they feel like their life had meaning, they're more welcoming of death than the people that didn't fulfill their lives as much as possible, which is one of the reasons why I want to have kids, because I feel like having a little spawn is gonna make me a lot happier. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I think it'll be fun to have a little version of me and then decide if he is just like me. I'm gonna be like, I fucking hate that kid. Ugh.
I love kids, to be honest.
Why is he so annoying?
I was gonna say, I think it sounds weird when I say that I like kids, but like I do. I like kids. I love talking to them. Like, I love talking to Josh's kids. They're fucking hilarious.
Every time I've seen them, they're very quiet.
Well, yeah, because they don't know you. They don't really know you. Like, they know me to the point where, like, her youngest one, which I think he's 9 already or something. Yeah, he's 9. I went with her to go get her kid's ears pierced, like the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking adorable, all of them. But like when I came back, the youngest one, he comes up to me, like doesn't even say hi. He brings a French fry, like a singular cold French fry, and just gives it to me. And he's like, "Here you go." And I was like, "Thank you."
Did you eat it?
And Jocelyn's, "Fuck yeah, I ate it. I'm not gonna like tell him no." And Jocelyn's like, "You could like just," she's like, "You don't have to eat that." I'm like, "Yes, I do." He went out of his way to bring it to me. Because a few seconds earlier, I hear commotion inside the house. Like, I hear, like, yelling and, like, screaming and banging. And those aren't yours. Don't take my French fries. He literally stole his, like, older sister's French fry to give it to me. And I'm like, yes, I love it.
I feel like that was a power move.
Absolutely. He said, "Here you go," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
He said, I want this French fry. You're not going to eat
uh
it. And then he went, matter of fact, I care so little about this French fry. Here,
Shut the fuck up.
now you eat it.
No, he brought it to me very sweetly. He loves me.
Of course it was
I'm just
sweet.
kidding. I don't know if he loves me, but I love him. He's adorable.
Of course.
Super fucking cute.
Of course. There's a good
And I just like
movie.
kids in general.
There's a good movie about, a person struggling with the idea of children. And every time I see
Hmm.
that movie, first of all, I love this movie because it's very well written, very well acted. It's called Steve Jobs. I think we already talked about it.
We have, we have talked about it with you a lot. I still haven't seen it.
It's so fucking good. I watch it all the fucking time. And one thing I realized is
Once you finish watching BoJack Horseman, I'll watch it. That's my trade with you.
how many seasons are in BoJack Horseman?
There's a lot.
Does it count if I fall asleep while watching it, and then I just
No,
don't backtrack? Because I did that
maybe.
last time I watched Avatar. I watched it before I go to sleep, and then you know how
Hmm.
you fall asleep, and then it plays like 2 episodes, but then I'm too lazy to go
Yes.
back, and I just continue where it left off.
Fine. Fine. You might miss some of the stuff, but I'll allow it.
Okay. But yeah, in this movie, Steve Jobs, first of all, he doesn't recognize his daughter because he doesn't want to be related. He doesn't want anything tying him to the woman that he had a kid with.
I'm listening.
So he takes her to court, and then there's a paternity test that says he's 95%. There's a 95% chance that he's the father. So that's enough for them to,
Ah.
make him the father.
Hmm.
So with that, he is the father, and the court mandates that he pays child support. Back then, I don't think he paid a lot because I think it was based on standard of living. It didn't matter what your income was. I think now it matters your income.
It does matter your income, yeah.
But back then, I don't think he had to. So he had to give a very little amount. But then the first act is the first launch of the Macintosh. So
Hmm.
1980 something. The girl is like 4 or 5, and he doesn't. They point out that her name is Lisa, and they point out that he came out with a computer called the Lisa, and she's telling somebody, my dad named a computer after me, and he goes, no, I didn't. You know what a coincidence is? And she goes,
That's fucked up.
yes. And they point it out. They're like, do you know what a coincidence is? It's like you're in a classroom and somebody has the same name as you, but has nothing to do with you. That's a coincidence.
Yeah.
And he goes, so it's backwards. I was named after the computer. And it means something stupid like logistic, analytical, something. And then
Hmm.
at the end of the movie, he goes, the Lisa. He goes, why? Because she's an adult now. She goes, why didn't you just lie to me? Like, I was
Hmm.
4 or 5. You could have just told me. It's like, I did lie to you. The computer was always named after you. He goes, and why
Oh,
didn't you tell me? He's like, I'm flawed. And it goes into the battles that he had as a person because he was miserable. And John Scully, the CEO at the time, he's struggling because he's kind of Steve Jobs' father figure in the movie.
yeah.
And it's the only person that Steve actually respects, but then he hates. And, and he keeps asking him this question. He goes, do you want to? He's like, have you ever thought about looking for your biological parents? And he goes, no, I don't want.
Hmm.
I don't want to know about them. And he's always interested in asking Steve about his past, about his adoption, because Steve Jobs was adopted, right? He's not.
Hmm.
His last name wasn't supposed to be Jobs, but he was adopted by these two people with the name Jobs. And he asked him, like, why is it people that were adopted always feel abandoned instead of chosen? Because, somebody chose you. He's like, it's about not having control. And he goes again into,
Yeah.
the Green River Killer. It's about not having control. And Steve Jobs found a better way of obtaining control, which was like, having this army of people that adored him. But he goes, it's about not having control, the most important aspects of your life, and you didn't get a say in it. And he's like, it's not like somebody looks at you and decides that they don't love you, but it felt like it, you know? He goes like, what could a kid do that was so bad that you just decided to put him up for adoption? And that's like the thing that scares him. But at the same time, instead of being like, I want to be a better father because I don't want my kids to go through the shit that he is worse, because first of all, he won't admit that his daughter is his daughter, even though like she shows aspects of greatness. And Kate Winslet's in the movie and she's amazing in it.
I love her. Yeah. Is this the one with Michael Fassbender or the
Yes,
one with
Michael Fassbender. Don't watch the other one.
I love him.
With
I
Ashton
love
Kutcher.
Michael Fassbender. Yeah.
Michael Fassbender doesn't look like Steve Jobs like Ashton Kutcher does, but he does a better job at portraying him.
Yeah,
and it makes
because
it
he's
so
like
much
a better
better.
actor.
He's a way better actor.
So much better.
Yeah,
And he's beautiful.
You know the first movie that I ever saw him in?
X-Men.
No.
Alien.
No. Way back.
Which one?
300.
Oh my god, I forgot he was in that movie.
He was in 300, and then he was in Inglourious Bastards. He's the guy.
You know what? I've also seen 300, but I just didn't register it was him.
He's the guy who goes like this instead of like this. Because he's the British-born German. Yeah. So yeah, he was in those movies. He was a good actor there. But I like how he played it low until he he was able to lead and become a better actor.
Yeah.
But in that movie, it's very good because the first time I saw it, I really liked the acting, and then the second time, the more I see it, the more I get out of it. And there's this one thing that they coined this term is called what is it called? I gotta look it up. Because it's good.
How you feel about that movie is how I feel with BoJack. The more I watch it, the more I get out of it.
Let me see. What was it called? It's called.
Have you seen X-Men 97?
No, I haven't. And I heard
really
that
good.
season 2 is coming out, and I kind of want to watch it right before season 2 comes out.
You should. You should watch it before season 2 comes out. But it's actually really good. Very, very good. And the reason why I bring it up is because Michael Fassbender plays Magneto.
In the show, he voices him.
No, I'm sorry. In the Marvel universe, Michael Fassbender plays Magneto in the X-Men First Class movies. But he did such a good job of capturing that character that, I can definitely see him like he is Magneto. He is Eric, and it's just so well done. So I bring up fucking dogs. Sorry, they just ran
Don't get mad at them. They did nothing wrong. Okay.
They sure fucking did. Uncle, get that out of your mouth. Sorry.
If he wants to have that in his mouth, you let him have it, okay? God bless him.
No.
So I found the term. So in the movie, he's pissed off because somebody they screwed him over and they didn't put him in the cover of Time magazine, and they interviewed him, but they didn't put him in it. And he's throughout the whole movie he's talking shit about the guy who interviewed him or the editor-in-chief of Time magazine, and he goes, I should have been on the cover, but no, they made the computer the man of the year. And then during the third act, she goes, you know what reality distortion field is? It's the idea that you can convince yourself that something exists that isn't possible because you're super smart and you could break it down and understand that, for them to make the computer the man of the year, they had to approve it months in advance to create it. So it wasn't something that they screwed you over. It was just the idea. The reason they interviewed you was because you created a new computer and they wanted to add an article about it. But his dumbass was so convinced that he was so important that he had to be the main topic. And so he was pissed off about it. But he goes, during the third act, he goes, I can't believe I've never thought about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, we coined the term reality distortion field because of you. It means that you convince yourself that something is so true that nothing else could be rhetorically possible because it has to go the way that you want. And I feel like we all realistically do that, right? With a lot of topics, we decide this has to be true, so this is the way it's gonna be, and I'm not gonna allow myself to look at reality and determine that it's not this way because that's not gonna make me happy.
No, I totally understand that. I think everybody is guilty of doing that at some point or another.
But yeah, the movie's amazing. The relationship with him and his daughter is amazing. I had to look up if she really never took his name, and she really never took his name.
Good.
Because she did.
Good for her.
She did, have a love-hate relationship with them, and then at the end,
course.
they throw a little jab go because she has a Walkman and she's listening because it was back in 1998, I believe, when the iMac came out, the original one that looked like Judy Jetson.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one where you could see through and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the third, every act, the first, second, and third act, it's all him presenting his new product and all the shit that happens behind stage before he's able to do it. It has Seth Rogen as Steve Wozniak, and he actually does a very good job. And that reminds me of one of the other movies I want to see that came out with Joe Rogan is Miracle Workers with Keanu Reeves as an angel. Have you seen the trailers?
I have not. I mean, I think I watched one of the trailers and I was like, that looks stupid. I'm not watching it.
It's funny because he's like a guardian angel, right? And he has like the shittiest guardian angel role where, he's just helping people. He's helping people stop texting and driving. So like he's watching them text and then he intervenes right before they crash to help them out. And he's talking to Sandra Oh, which is like his supervisor, and I think her name is Martha. And he goes, "Yeah, they really like it. So I like my job, but I want to do something meaningful." And I guess the whole point, Aziz Ansari wrote it or directed it. I don't remember. And he's in the movie. I
liked him. Yeah.
Really, I feel like he's one note.
Have you? I mean, I like
Master of None.
Yes, I do. Except for that last season. I didn't care for that last season. I can see why it's important, but I just didn't like the last season of Master of None, the whole love one. But I loved the first two, I think it was.
I feel like there was no point to it, but...
I understand. I've just I've been in that situation where he was in, with his girlfriend at that time, and then being an ex, and then kind of wanting to be with someone else, but they're in another long, committed relationship that's long, and I related to it a lot. I thought it was really well done, and I like what H. John Benjamin says in it about love, and how it's building a fire, right? You have to put in the time and the care, the time to kindle it and make it grow. You can't just have the same stuff. The fire will never grow. It'll eventually dissipate and go out.
It'll go out. You have to keep it burning because you can't just let it. You can't just leave it.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a good line. I think to me, it's a good show. It was relatable. I've been in both of those situations and I enjoyed the crap out of it. Did I think it was funny? No, but it was enjoyable.
Maybe I should rewatch it.
Maybe you should rewatch it again.
Maybe I should rewatch it. But I
when did you watch it?
When it came out.
Yeah, so it's been a while, I'm definitely a different person than I was when I first watched it. But I'm like that with a lot of things, So when I rewatch some things, I'm like, oh yeah, I was right. Why would I change my opinion? But with other things, I'm like, oh yeah, why did I not see that?
It's funny because that's one of the things they talk about on Steve Jobs. So
Yeah.
so in the movie, the girl's listening to a song, and I can't remember the name of the song, but he goes,
Mhm.
"I'm listening it by two different by two different artists, and they both add a different aspect to it." And she's trying to explain it to him, and he goes, "That isn't a very old song because that song came out when I was young, and if that's a very old song, that makes me very old." And he still looks young in that scene, so he's not like bald, gray hair, Steve Jobs. He's like
Yeah.
brown
Still
hair,
has hair.
still has hair. And she goes, "No, like the first one, it talks about I can't remember the name of the song. Let me see.
Yeah, Google it. I'm curious. Because I understand what she's saying, but I can only the example I can think of the best is the Simon and Garfunkel song, "The Sounds of Silence." So their version
And
and
the
the version of
Disturbed,
Disturbed. Yeah, very different meanings to them,
yeah. Um,
even if they're the same lyrics, they have a different like connotation.
and that's one of the reasons why I love listening to covers, because it
Hmm.
changes the song because somebody else is singing it. But when they mix in something that makes it different, it just makes it
Yeah,
so much better. Because you're like, fuck, I didn't ever think about these lyrics that way, and now I'm thinking
yeah.
about it.
I think the other songs that I like, there's just another one that I like the cover. I like both the original and the cover.
The
It's
Lord one, everybody wants to rule the world.
No, I actually haven't heard the cover for that one. I was gonna say As the World Caves In. The original one is somber to me,
Hmm.
whereas the cover one is romantic. Like, I don't know. It's
Oh,
just it's very strange. Yeah.
so the song is called "Both Sides Now" by Johnny Mitchell, and the
Oh,
album is
okay.
Clouds. So it reflects on growing up, disillusionment, seeing life from both sides, love, loss, fantasy, and reality. And then she talks about it, and when she goes, at the beginning of the song, she talks about life, love, and reality, and it gives a
Mhm.
perspective of it. And then by the end of the song, it finds out that maybe that person really didn't know what love, loss, and fantasy and reality actually meant.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to explain it to him, and then now when I re-listen to it and I listen from another perspective, it talks about something else. And he goes, "What is it?" Is because he's busy, right? He's trying to get shit done. And he goes, "Then what is it?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "It's regret." And then he goes,
Oh.
"You're too young to have regret." He goes, "No, not me, the song." and
Yeah.
and I now need to hear it. But yeah, it's like it gives you a
I'll
different
look it up because
perspective, because now it goes because you can't talk about love, loss, fantasy, and reality and do think about regret, because now you're going back into your past, not the way that you look at it, but the way that you lived it. And maybe you're thinking it goes back into the aspect of, you know, not thinking the grass might be greener on the other side. It's more you thinking, I had it back then. Why didn't I see it?
yeah.
Right? So it's one of those aspects where you're just like, oh shit. Maybe regret is a way of you learning from your mistakes. It's a
Oh,
way
yeah.
of you realizing, you know what? I fucked up because I had this and now I don't see it. And now looking back, I didn't treasure it the way I should have. And that's one of the beautiful things about music, you know? It gives, you can listen to the same song and not see the same thing, or listen to it and then have a new perspective on it.
Yeah. Joni Mitchell was definitely one of those artists that like
Is it a guy
knew
or a
how to
girl?
like
I can never
it's a
tell.
girl, Joni Mitchell. Yeah.
Gotta look her up.
Oh yeah, like she was one of the bigger names out there. Like I think she
Canadian.
was really popular in the 70s and 80s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like people loved her because like she was deep. Like she like had a way of
She's still
communicating
alive.
her emotions like through her lyrics.
Aw, now I gotta listen to her stuff. You
Yeah.
seen the movie War Dogs?
I haven't.
You
What is
haven't seen that
this?
movie War Dogs? Okay, so
No.
it's a real story. I've actually been watching some of the podcasts
Hmm.
with one of the original people based on
Hmm.
him, and he talks about what was reality, what was fake, and Then he goes, yeah, I actually cameoed in the movie, and he sings a song in the movie, and he sings "Don't Fear the Reaper" because it was a
Oh, good
joke.
song.
It's a joke,
Yeah.
and he goes, yeah, I really wanted to play an original song because I'm like, this is my
Hmm.
my moment of fame because he's a musician, and they're like, no, 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 no. If you want a cameo, you're gonna sing the song because
Yeah.
the whole scene is his character, the actor played by Miles Teller, is trying to sell bed sheets to
Hmm.
a elder home.
Hmm.
So it makes sense that the guy who's singing is "Please Don't Fear the Reaper" when all these people are about to die.
Yeah.
It's funnier, but your face is not
No, I get it.
registering.
I
Yeah.
understand what you're trying to say.
And he goes, yeah, Todd Phillips really wanted me to sing this, make this joke, and if I didn't do it, he goes, if you don't want to do it, we'll find somebody else that does it. And he goes, ah, shit, I guess I'm doing it then. But yeah, I remember watching that movie and I was like, hey, that's a good cover of Please Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
And then the guy who's like running the home, he goes, yeah, that's my nephew. He's good, isn't he? And he goes, yeah, he's good. And he actually does a very good job singing it. And then looking back, I was like, I didn't know that was the fucking actor. That was the main guy, the guy who the story's about. And then it's about gun running in the U.S. And
Oh, nice.
you're in ATF. You wanted to be an ATF.
I
You sh-
wanted to.
you should
Everything died. Once I like fucked up my knee, everything died.
you have the perfect story. You're gonna be that aunt that's gonna be talking to her nephews and be like, you know how there's always that one uncle who's like, I could have made it pro, but that fucking knee.
Yes,
If it wasn't
basically.
for that fucking knee, you'd see me on TV. You would have heard about my fucking legendary career. Because if I feel like every
Honestly.
family has that one family member is like, yeah, I could have fucking made it, but that fucking
I hope
knee.
not. I'm trying to like get back into fitness, so
I have a
and trying
10K.
to be better. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely trying to find other things to. I'm trying to find fulfillment in my life right now. And that took up a lot of it for me. So now I'm trying to like branch out and find different things that will make my life meaningful.
Hmm.
Um, just haven't found it yet, but I definitely want to get in shape first. Who knows what it'll be, you know?
Working out
I think I
always
want to like,
makes me happy.
huh?
Working out always makes me happy.
Of course it makes you happy. It used to make me happy too, and then I like completely spiraled, and then I got diagnosed with depression, and like a bunch of shit has happened like weirdly in a short time period for me. Like it was just one thing on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other, to where I felt like I couldn't catch a break and breathe. Now that I'm in a stable place, I can finally catch up and breathe and be like, okay, I have to get my shit together. This is what I have to like. These are the things I want to do, and this is what I'm going to start doing, and this is how I can do it. And I can finally do it now.
Okay.
Like, physically and mentally and even emotionally. So
Yeah. So
I'm ready now.
one of the most important things is like you're gonna make your mind is gonna make excuse to why you're not ready. You're
Yes.
gonna you're gonna work out one day and you're gonna get fucking sore. You're gonna feel great while you're doing it, but then your mind is gonna go into the dopamine point where it's gonna be like, oh fuck, my body hurts, everything's fucking sore. This wasn't worth
Hmm.
it. I don't want to feel like this again. But then the funny thing about working out is that that first week is always the fucking hardest, and then if you stop for a little
Yes.
bit, you go through that first week again, so you want to keep
Hmm.
going. It's like drinking, right? Because the hangover is gonna suck, but if you don't stop drinking, you keep delaying the hangover.
Right. You keep on riding that high in a weird way.
Yeah. um
Yeah.
but eventually you're gonna get to the point where if he wants to play
Yeah.
with that bottle.
She wants the water bottle.
She
Yeah.
No, I don't know, she wants something else.
Well, she
Eventually
wants to know what this is. Yep.
it's a nut.
See,
it's
this is
it's it's bad.
it's it is bad. I'm not gonna give it to her. I'm just saying that's what she wants.
No. But like I'm to the point where if I work out and I don't feel sore the next day, I feel like I wasted the whole fucking day.
Yeah, I totally understand. I've been through those feelings before,
Do you have
when I
any?
was in shape.
Do you have any kidney
Like,
issues or any liver or kidney issues?
I do not, no.
Okay, take creatine.
I've heard about that. Let me write it down.
So
Creatine.
Costco actually has a very good. They have so there's don't go for like any special creatine because like
Hmm.
creatine is a
It's a
sub.
gimmick.
Yeah, it's like what was the name of that energy drink? Bang. And it had super creatine in there. There's no such thing as super creatine. That's not a thing. You consume 5 milligrams of creatine. You have to take it every single day, and it helps your joints, it helps recovery, it helps you recover faster, it makes you look bigger too because it adds water to your muscles, and
Gotcha.
it's really good. The only trade-off is that you're gonna have to pee more
That's fair.
because
There's always a trade-off to things like that. It just makes sense though,
no,
you
the
know?
thing that
Like,
sucks the most is that you have to take it every single day. It's not a pill.
yeah.
I think they do sell it in pill form, but you have to take like 6 pills or something stupid like that. So
Ew,
it's not
that's
worth it.
awful.
So I
Yeah.
just drink it with water. It literally tastes like nothing, but you're gonna
Yeah, it's a
taste
supplement.
you're gonna taste like the little like
Powders.
powder, but it doesn't taste like
Yeah.
anything. But it just sucks.
Yeah.
So I used to drink it with Gatorade, but now I cut Gatorade out of my diet, so I don't drink Gatorade anymore because it's salt and sugar. I
Yeah.
drink it with water, and
Cool.
I've laid down, and I'm just like, I didn't drink any fucking creatine today, and I wake up, uh, not wake up. I get up, I fucking grab a spoon, fill it with water, put some creatine, done. Because if I don't, I feel like I'm like no, for it to work you have to be consistently taking it, and Costco is selling the one that's like how there's sugar,
Yeah.
but then there's what is it called, powdered sugar.
Hmm.
Okay, so there's a version of creatine, they sell it and it's the size of sugar, and
Yeah.
that one's cool, but it doesn't dissolve that well in water because the amount of water that you're taking, it's not going to be enough to dissolve it. But the one that's like powdered sugar, the one that's
Hmm.
they sell at Costco, that one is it's super thin, and even though you're still going to taste it, it's not going to be as annoying because sugar is
Right.
too thick to the point where it's annoying when you're chugging it down, and the other one
Yeah.
is super powdery, so it's just so much easier. So do yourself a
Yeah.
favor, get that one. It's like $20 at Costco, and it's actually a very good deal because I think it's a good amount supply. I've been drinking it for a month, and I think I'm like halfway there. So I
Oh,
probably
nice.
have to go buy another one because it was $20. It's a good deal, and I'm afraid that
Yeah.
when I run out, I'm not gonna be able to find it, and I'm gonna have to buy it on Amazon for like $40.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm probably gonna send you a message for a picture of it just so I'm getting the right one. But yeah,
That's the only one they have.
I haven't started yet. Well, I mean, I started working out, but not like consistently.
Hmm.
When I was training for the academy, I had like an ab workout and I had to like go through my phone to find it, like my little spreadsheet of what I used to work out as. Yeah, I started at half the reps and I made my husband do it with me. Well, I didn't make him. I was like, hey, do this with me. And we only did half of them.
Hmm.
He couldn't handle it. Like, I was like, that's half. Like, that's not even what I used to do. But we only did half of it. And then, because we're like in a newish neighborhood, they have like those machines.
Hmm.
Like, I don't remember what they're called, but like they have these certain machines that like you can use for certain exercises. So we were out there and I
Bougie,
love swings.
very
So he
bougie.
lifted me. Huh?
Very bougie. It's cool that
Yes,
you
I'm
you
very bougie.
you have workout material outside and it's considered classy. In my hood, if there's people working out outside, it's considered ghetto.
Well, it is Buckeye, and nobody is around. Like, and it's built into the little park area.
Hmm.
I'll have to send you a picture of it, but like, yeah, no. But I wanted to get on the fucking like swing, and I was wearing like yoga pants.
Hmm.
So like, you know how they just slide. Like, it's a
I,
very slippery
I
material.
don't wear yoga pants.
Okay, I'm sorry for the girls that do wear and or men that wear yoga pants. they had that specific material where you just slide off of things,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have grip or texture.
Oh.
So I kept sliding off the swing, and I'm too short to actually sit on it. I had to like jump on it,
Mm-hmm.
which this is made for 12-year-olds, by the way. Fucked up. So my husband comes up and he grabs me, and I told him, "Don't lift me, don't touch me." He didn't care. He did it anyway,
That's his job,
and
not to
he
listen to you.
bruised my rib.
Oh.
Huh?
It's his job not to listen to you.
No, I told him not to
And he
because
still
I
did
don't
it.
like one, I don't like being lifted. Two, I didn't ask for his help. And three, I could do it myself. I was literally just about to get there when he like bruised my rib right here. So my rib has been sore for the past 2 weeks
Oh.
because he grabbed me in such a way and moved me that like it I have a bruise right like near my boob.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I'm
It's awful.
I'm training for a 10K, so it's like
Oh, nice.
6.3 miles. It's not a lot, but I do it almost every single year. And yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I try to like encourage as many people to do it because it's not that hard, but it is hard enough. Um, but yeah, I've been training for it. I've actually lost a lot of weight. I have this scale that I don't know if it's BS or not, but it has like these little metal sensors, and you have to get
Uh-huh.
on it with no shoes, no socks, and it tells you a whole bunch of crap about you. Um,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
it's only like $20 on Amazon. Let me see. So let me show you.
Lying. I'm just kidding.
So the last time I got on it, it told me that I'm 57 pounds, which is down. I've actually been losing a lot of weight. And it gives me
Mhm.
my BMI, my body fat, my subcutaneous fat, metabolic age, fat free, body weight, versatile fat, body water, skeletal muscle, bone mass,
How
BMR.
can a scale tell you
I
all of
don't
that?
fucking know. Muscle mass and protein. And then
What the fuck?
and then this fucking scale has a fucking thing to tell you like if it's high or standard or excellent. So for my protein, it says 18.1% excellent. Muscle mass excellent at 118 pounds. BMR 1633 kcal standard. And then my BMI, it says it's high at 26. Body fat 20% acceptable. Okay, bitch. And then my metabolic age 36.
And I'm sorry, how old are you, or do you not want to say
I'm
it?
33 for a few more weeks.
That's actually kind of funny. Estás viejito.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean your metabolic age. You're fucking old.
Oh, my metabolic. Yeah, fuck that. It pisses me off.
I'm just
But
kidding.
but my friend told me about it, and he told me, he's like, yeah, dude, like,
Mhm.
you get on it and it'll give you all this information, and I'm just like, what? I need to know about
How
that.
does it tell you all that?
I don't fucking know, but you know what? My
Does it
sister.
even explain it on the box? Like, oh yeah, this is how we gather this data.
I didn't read the box.
Of course you didn't.
I was just like, oh, cool, because it can, the app connects to the scale and then it'll tell you.
Hmm.
But you know what? My sister got on it, and it does say things that kind of are true about her, because she is
Right.
way overweight, and she is like,
Hmm.
I think her metabolic age was like 50.
What the
She's
fuck?
1 year older than me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess this
Damn.
ain't all bad. And it's a $20 scale on Amazon. I can send you the information if you want.
Sure,
Um,
send it to me because
and
I
it's
actually don't have a scale.
pretty cool. It will tell you your weight, and you just have to create a profile, download the app, and it'll give you like all this shit to make you feel bad about yourself. And it fucking remembers the last time I got on the scale at what fucking time.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Sounds like having
fucking
a girlfriend or like an ex, like a weird obsessed ex.
why?
Weird. Because it remembers the last time you got on the scale and what time.
That would be very weird. But yeah, I
I had an ex
actually
like that. So.
took a screenshot, and I gave it to Chat GPT, and I told it, how can I make myself healthier? And it gave me like, oh, you have to run more, change your diet, blah blah blah. And I was just like, I feel like you're a little
How
judgy.
much more can you really do?
I am running, so it is improving because at one point
Mhm.
a lot of these were really high. So I actually lost weight. Bone mass increased. I think fat-free body weight increased, and I believe metabolic age actually worsened because I believe it was 35 when I first got it, and now it's 36. And I don't know if it knows
Funny.
that I'm getting older, and it's just like
Probably.
because I believe when I did the profile, I did have to put my date of birth.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and I
That's
think
actually kind of funny.
you do have to put like your height and like some information and male or female, shit like that. And I believe it uses that to decide if you're if your goal. You can set goals. You can see your graph. So it actually has the graph of every time I've used it. And at one point, it looks like it went up, and it went up in September, and then it went down because I'm training for the 10K. And
Hmm.
I actually bought
Wow.
some Hokas,
Hmm.
and they're amazing. I highly recommend them. You have knee issues, so I would highly recommend them. I bought these. I don't remember the name of it, but it's so cushiony, and like you forget that. Like I have these running shoes that I bought from Nike, and
Hmm.
sometimes I like right now I'm wearing the Hokas, and my,
Hmm.
my feet don't hurt. My feet don't hurt. My ankle doesn't
Yeah.
hurt, and I have ankle issues right now because I've been playing soccer
Hmm.
on Mondays, and
Nice.
right, my ankle doesn't hurt, my knee doesn't hurt as much,
Yeah.
um, and I've been walking around, and then I wear the Nike shoes that are made for running, and it feels
Hmm.
like I used to like them because it feels great, cushiony, and now I feel like it's a fucking brick compared to the
Yeah.
Hokas,
That's
and
awesome.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna.
that sucks. Sorry.
No. I like it because, I've always seen Hokas, and I seen people talk about. I know that most people in the medical field that spend all their day on their
And
feet,
walking and on their feet and
they
stuff.
they
Yeah.
they praise them. So I'm just like, oh, I need to buy
Hmm.
some, and then I found them on
Yeah.
sale at Amazon. The biggest thing I noticed is that my toes, they give you so much
Hmm.
space in the toe area that it feels like the shoe doesn't fit. but
Gotcha.
but
Yeah.
like my foot fits perfectly on it. Like I can't slide it up or down. It feels comfortable,
Hmm.
but it expands your foot like this, and I believe you want that because it provides better balance and it provides better health for your foot, because
Yeah.
some of the shoes that we wear make our feet like this, and it's actually very bad for
Mhm.
it. Have you seen LeBron's feet?
Are they the ones that are like separated, like the toes? They separate the
Like
toes and stuff?
the pinky toe is like sticking up for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like gloves for feet. Weirdly. I have seen them. They're so fucking weird. Yeah, that thank you for telling me that because I used to use Brooks when I did run. That's actually how I hurt my knee.
mm,
Is like I was overtraining and then I was running on uneven ground and I stepped in a hole and kept on running. So, but like yeah, I was dumb.
no,
Anyway,
that's not dumb.
um
I feel like we would all do that because I right now when I'm training, I can't
mhm.
do the track where it's a circle and you have to do like
Yeah,
four s- four laps to make it a mile,
laps. Hmm.
because that will make me cheat. But
Yeah,
if I decide I'm gonna run to this designated light and then run to the next one, and then I have no choice but to run back, I can't cheat.
exactly. Yeah,
So like
exactly.
my I don't have a car. I only have my phone, my headphones, and that's it.
Hmm.
Um, don't murder me, people. Uh,
Don't murder me, people.
don't-
Opportunity.
no.
See, Opal's ready.
Opal would run right next to me. I do run with my dog.
She sure would.
No, I run with my dog because my dog loves it, and
Oh,
it's funny because sometimes I'm running and then the leash will like pull
no.
me back, and it's because he needs to take a crap. So I'm happy I bring the doggy bags, and then as soon as we get to a bus stop, I just throw the crap away and we keep running. But
Oh,
I mean, one point we were running and he had the runs, and and like this
oh no.
son of a gun, like he does it in the middle of the street, and like the light turned green, and the cops, not the cops, the cars were nice enough to the point where they just let my dog finish because they saw that he was, but it was stew, and I was just like,
That is awful.
I'm not picking
Yeah,
that
you
up.
can't pick that up.
You can't pick
Yeah,
it
no.
up. But I was just
No,
like,
exactly.
bye,
Yeah, exactly. Bye, guys.
bye.
Oh
And,
my God.
yeah, and like it's funny because now when he sees me get dressed for running, he
He's
automatically,
ready.
yeah, he's fucking ready. But I could see that the first two times that we did it, he was, oh, they all want love and affection.
You do.
Um,
Do you see them fighting?
yeah. She's mine. Um,
No.
it,
Just take
it,
that. Sorry.
it, you could tell he was sore, and like
Mhm.
the next day he just wanted to lay down all day. And I was just like, oh, buddy, I'm sore too. I'm there with you.
That's all. Your poor
God, I
dog.
got you. I got you. And I use a massage gun. I have the Theragun, which is a little one, like the one that looks like a little triangle, and that one's cool.
Mhm.
But it's like 5 years old, so the battery lasts us like 15 minutes now. And I bought this
Uh-huh.
other one from Costco, and it has like an icy hot feature where you turn it
Ooh,
on,
nice.
and I have it here. Where is it? It's right here. So they had it at Costco, and it has this
Uh-huh.
metal plate,
Oh, that
and
looks nice, actually.
when you turn it on, you see how it has the blue and red. So
Mm-hmm.
you can just make it, and it'll go like 1, 2, and 3. But I think everybody just goes to the third one, and
Yeah.
it makes that little plate either hot or cold, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
massaging it, um, and it works pretty cool. It's by Sharper Image.
Nice. Yeah, whenever I get more in shape, not right now, I'll end up buying all of the gadgets and stuff.
I
But
have
right
this
now, I'm just like, yeah, who knows?
by Therabody or whatever they're called, the people that make Theragun.
Mm-hmm.
I have this wave roller, and it vibrates, and it's amazing because you know how a foam roller like digs into your legs, and
Mm-hmm.
being a ex soccer player currently trying to play back, um, when I'm sore from my legs, I like to torture the shit out of it because I like digging into them,
Yeah.
and it helps with recovery, and it also helps with moving the acid away from it, and it
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
hurts,
you're
but
relieving a lot of tension.
it feels good afterwards, and I think it's good for the body, so I do it.
Yeah.
And I used to complain about it, but now I actually kind of like it. And one of the things I actually want to do if I ever have enough money is to get a ice bath and have an ice bath outside where I can just I saw that this guy created this way to keep it cold without wasting a ton of money in ice. Like he created this
Mm-hmm.
this tube that leads to this machine that keeps it cold and
Oh,
reflushes the
nice.
water so that the water doesn't get stinky and dirty.
Yeah.
And he covers it up, and I'm just like, dude, I want that because I wanna because every once in a while you get this amazing workout, and you're gonna
Yes.
fucking be like crippling sore the next day. And
Mm-hmm.
the whole idea of getting into an ice bath for 2 minutes and knowing that's gonna like minimize it, it's amazing. But also I would recommend, I don't know if it's true, but Roadrunner store, have you heard about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they do this thing to check your feet and blah blah blah, your posture and everything, to give you
Mm-hmm.
some insoles or recommend what shoes are better for you for
Yes.
uh
Mm-hmm.
I went, but the wait was like an hour and a half, and I was like, I ain't got time for this shit. What am I gonna do standing here at a fucking store for an hour? And they're like, oh, you can come back. And then I came back, and they're like, oh, the wait's like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. Fucking 30 minutes later, they helped people that got there after me, and I was just like, man, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then I saw that they try to sell you insoles for like $100.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they make them right there, perfect for your feet. And I need to look into it to see if it actually helps, because I'm like,
Yeah.
$100. it's a pretty penny, but at the same time, if it's gonna get rid of like
If it's worth it.
yeah, a
Yeah, if
hundred
it's worth it,
percent,
and then it will last for a while, for depending on everything that you do, then, I mean, it's kind of worth it at some point, right?
yeah,
Come here, babies.
yeah. And I was just like, if it's gonna solve all these issues, fucking give me 5.
Right, exactly. Yeah, totally understandable.
Give me 5. Yeah, I don't mind. Fucking worth it. But I'm just like, maybe not. Especially, I didn't fucking like that they promised me 5 minutes and 30 minutes later, I was just like, oh, how come they're helping the guy that walked in right after me? The fuck? My money isn't
Yeah.
green? I was about to pull a fucking Karen and just be like, fuck y'all.
What is her name? A fucking Yolanda.
Yolanda? From where?
Yeah, it's like the Hispanic Karen. Yolanda's the name of the lady that killed Selena.
I know, but I'm like, I feel like Karen is Karen.
No, it is, but like it's like the kind of like the Spanish version, like how like men like male Karens have like the Ken name.
I thought they
Like
had
Yolanda's
Kyle.
like the Kyle, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know.
I thought it
You
was
know what
Kyle.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. But Yolanda,
Yeah, it's like that.
Yolanda,
Sophia Yolanda.
she was up for parole a few months ago, right? I remember there was like
Yeah.
this huge ruckus about it, and then they denied
Yeah.
it. And then I feel like low key they approved it, and they just didn't tell anybody because that was gonna be a big fucking deal if she was.
Oh yeah, and I can only imagine how many death threats that lady actually gets.
Yeah, but that's why I'm just like, I feel like they approved it, but they, because
You
who's
can't
gonna
tell the public that.
Yeah, they tell the public, we denied it because I'm like, what could? It's been 1995, I believe.
Yeah.
1995.
It's been years. It's been
30
like
years.
30 over 30
It's
years,
been 30
right?
years, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, it wasn't first degree murder, right? It was second degree murder.
I don't know. I don't remember. But fuck that bitch. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fuck that bitch. It's funny because my sister grew up loving Selena, and
Uh-huh.
I made a joke to my nephews, and I was just like, yeah, anything for Selena's, and they looked at me, and I'm like, you guys have never seen the movie?
They don't fucking understand. How dare
You
they?
guys have never seen the movie, and I showed them the clip, and they're like, and what happened to her? I'm like, she died,
She died. She was murdered.
and then they're like, really? And I showed them the scene, and that's one of the scenes that brings so much emotion when
Oh, yeah.
they're in the hospital and they get the news and they show her husband at the time dying,
no,
yeah,
it's her
screaming,
husband.
and everybody like they can't believe it because it was one of those things that you hear about and you're like, really, why, what happened to her? She's not,
Yeah.
she wasn't a dangerous person, but it brings the reality of like life is precious, and just because you're famous, a great person or whatever, it doesn't mean shit can't happen. And
Exactly.
especially like it always happens close to home. It's always somebody or somebody, it's not always Gary Ridgway doing it to a complete unknown, which is one of the reasons why he actually got away with it for so long, because he was never connected to any of these people. Because one of the first things that cops always look at is who was in their circle. They look at
Yeah.
the pimp, they look at the family, they look at the boyfriends, their usuals, and blah blah blah. But Gary Ridgway wasn't any of those things.
Yeah.
This
That's
was the
why
first time.
DNA preservation was so important too, because like had they not preserved that DNA like the way that they did, they wouldn't have been able to like trace back that DNA to him.
Who was the
You know,
creep
you know
that
what I
says
mean?
we have to keep the semen?
I don't know who did that, but I'm glad people started doing that and that are keeping on to stuff like that, because that's how a lot of cold cases are getting solved now, is like
He,
through that
it's
like
it's like
preservation.
super bad where what was this character's name? You remember Superbad with the two cops? They're like, yeah, I remember
Oh yeah,
he's like, I
fucking
thought there
McLovin.
was gonna be
No,
semen everywhere, but no, it's very, very, very little. Almost never. We almost never have
almost
semen.
never.
That was such a
That's
good
such a good
scene.
movie.
That's such a good movie.
I
Yeah.
love that movie. I remember loving that movie Even since like when it came out, I went to go see it in theaters. Absolutely loved the shit out of it.
It was too smart for me. I didn't get half the fucking jokes.
Of course, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
No, no, no. Like I rewatched it and I'm just like, oh,
I get it.
Emma Stone
Yeah,
was in that movie. Did you know Emma Stone was from Phoenix? Well,
Arizona,
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale,
Yeah,
Scottsdale.
she
Just
was
kidding.
a senior when I was a freshman,
Really?
and she
That's
went to the
crazy.
school right across, like literally, like probably like 300 feet away from my school.
Wow.
Yeah, she went to Xavier and I went to Central.
Yeah, Xavier. I almost went to Xavier.
I
Thank
I
God I didn't.
I I remember when I was in middle school and they were like, oh, you should apply for Brophy, and I was just like,
Fuck that. No.
no,
No.
I didn't know what it was, and then my friend told me it's an all boys school. I was like, fuck that.
Exactly. Fuck that. I agree with you. Mm-mm.
No, but apparently, like it probably would have made me a better, more intellectual person because they actually had good teachers.
I think you would have had good, better connections.
Probably, yeah, because networking is
Yeah,
what
I
makes
think you would
you
have had better connections that more than education wise. Maybe you would have had a great education, but I don't think that's what gets people ahead. I think it's their connections, like from Brophy.
there's an expectation. There's a connection networking, but there's also it's also like your environment. All these people
Oh, absolutely.
all these people know how to think a certain way, and if you hang out with them you learn how to think the way they think, and
Oh,
that's
exactly.
gonna help you so much because
Absolutely.
they're gonna teach you things that you didn't learn in a public school, because in public school they were all focused on partying, who's popular, wearing all this stupid shit. And in Brophy it was still like that, but it was also
Mhm.
like did you finish this? Are you studying for the ACTs? Shit like that. And I remember I didn't study a fucking day for my ACTs. I didn't do bad, but I didn't do great on it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I never took the ACTs. I only took the SAT.
It might have been the
Yeah.
SATs. I don't remember, but I believe it was like regional. I believe one part of the state gets SATs and the other one gets the ACTs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but essentially
I
they
thought it
mean
was
the same
optional.
thing. I
It was
remember
optional.
there was this one girl that was really smart, and she goes, "I've been
Mhm.
studying for the last 3 weeks," and I was just like, "Get the fuck out! We're supposed to study for that
Mhm.
shit." I thought we were just supposed to go in there and show them what we know, which essentially it
Yeah.
is, but people take it
Yeah.
seriously because they're like, this is my future.
What colleges use and
Yeah,
stuff, and
it's like
things to evaluate you, and yeah.
it's like athletes practicing for the combine. It is supposed to show them what how good you are, but people are like, I know the guidelines, so I'm gonna practice my ass off. Did you hear about
I
the
heard you
Mhm.
say something different. I heard you say Columbine, and
Combine, the NFL
I
combine?
know, but I heard you say Columbine, and I was like, what?
No,
Absolutely.
no, nothing about that. Um,
Whoops.
what was I was thinking about something else. No, you're making.
Sorry. You were gonna ask me if I heard about something.
Oh, it was all over the news in the last 2 days. The NBA cheating scandal. Did you hear about that?
No,
They
I don't watch sports.
No, it's not about sports. So apparently, like sports betting is huge nowadays, right?
Oh, the sports betting. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
heard a
yeah.
little bit about it. Not
It,
anything really in depth, but something a little bit about it.
well,
So,
I mean, it's like so highly unregulated, which is why like every casino has their own sports book, and there's so many like other companies that made sports books because it's so profitable. It's not very well regulated because it's fairly new. But of
yeah.
course, like there's athletes that they can bet money on them performing well, which is very hard for them to perform well on a certain day, but it's even easier for them to perform badly, right?
Hmm.
So when you're sports betting, there's an over and under, so you can bet that this athlete will do underperform, and if he
Yeah.
underperforms, so apparently some of these players knew would make their family members or friends or whatever bet the under, and then they would only play like 9 minutes on purpose. And then there's this NBA coach, I think it was with the Trailblazers, that actually like was arrested
Yeah,
because
I saw the coach being arrested.
he was in on
That
it.
was kind of funny.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I saw Cash Patel talking about it, and he's trying to make a big deal about it. It's like, it was a very unpopular operation. People that you would think we wouldn't go after. I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you go after them? You're the
Yeah, that's the people
fucking
you need
FBI.
to be going after.
Like, why are
Yeah.
you trying to like hype this up? Like, no. If anything, you should have gone out there and be like, we're the FBI. Nobody is safe. If we get wind that you're breaking the law, we will go after you.
It doesn't matter who you are, but that's why they're saying that, because look, never mind. I was gonna say something else, but I just realized what I was gonna say, and
Red
it's
herring?
not okay.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going. Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, they're trying to bring focus into something else and get it away from something else. But yeah, it's very interesting. I want to I want to hear more about it. It's like the Shohei Ohtani thing. I don't know if you heard about it, where
Nope.
I believe no.
No, I'm like super out of everything lately. I've been trying to focus a little bit more on myself,
Good.
but like,
Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just so fucking nosy that I hear something going on about the sports betting. Shohei Ohtani's like one of the greatest baseball players that's playing right now.
Okay.
He doesn't speak English. He's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
He has a translator.
him.
And like his translator, I guess, is like a friend of his, and he's been knowing him, and he used to play for the Angels, and then he took him with him. But apparently, the translator was a like very big gambler, and he was in a lot of debt. And the rumor is allegedly that it wasn't really the translator; it was Shoei betting. And recently, when the Dodgers made it to the World Series, they won the NIL, whatever the fuck it is. I don't follow baseball, but apparently
they won something.
He had an amazing he had an amazing performance where he like struck out like 3 players, and then he did like 3 home runs, and he pretty much carried the team that game. And one of the comments that I saw was like, damn, now I understand why the MLB let this guy, they forgave his sports cheating and just blamed it on the translator. Because right now, any player that gets caught sports betting, they have like a lifetime ban from their sport, which is a huge fucking deal, which is great because yes, these are players that are, not everybody makes the $1 billion contract that sets them up for life, like, the LeBron, the Cristiano Ronaldo, the Lionel Messi. But,
exactly.
But, you're already in a position where you can influence and you're making a decent amount of money. And you know what? Maybe you're not killing yourself like everybody else, and you're making a decent amount of money. And if you're playing football, maybe you are killing yourself a little bit because CTE is a real thing. But
dude,
that's
what I think OJ Simpson had, to be honest.
We should do an episode on OJ.
Man, talk about OJ for days.
But
I actually think that he does have that.
Did they donate his body to science? Because I believe like we could learn so much from it.
I don't know if he did or not. To be honest, I have no idea. But I do think that he did have that. I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything.
He was a running back.
Exactly. From everything that we know that disease causes, for me, it's kind of logical that he had it, And the same thing with the other guy, Aaron, right?
Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, like that other guy. I also think he has it. I'm not sure if they said that he does have it or not. If whatever it said in the autopsy, but again, everything that we know about that disease, it lines up. Kind of makes sense.
The weird thing about CTE that I know about is that there's no way to test for it until they open up your brain and they
Yeah,
look at
until
it,
you get the autopsy.
which is
Yeah.
kind of weird. I'm assuming that eventually they'll find a way to, certain proteins or enzymes in the brain that, are relevant with the enzymes and
Yeah.
proteins that, are in people with CTE. But like,
Mhm.
it goes into the point where like, there's that risk that you're going to have CTE, but you're
Mhm.
also, going to be making that bag. What would you
Well,
rather
that's what
do?
I'm saying. Like, I think, like, with those two, like O.J. Simpson and Aaron Hernandez, that are both dead, an autopsy should be conducted to see if they both had that disease. You know, because that's the only way to figure it out. So by learning from their bodies and stuff, like, why not?
I don't think
What's
the
the
autopsy is
downside?
for that reason, right? It's to just confirm the reason for the death.
Cause of death.
Yeah, and I don't think the
Yeah.
brain has anything to do with that, unless they
Well,
donate their body to science, and then that way they can actually like take it apart and investigate.
then how did we figure out about the disease in the first place? Because I think there was a documentary done where another
Chris Benoit,
famous football player, yeah, exactly, and he
the
had
wrestler,
ended up having a lot of behavioral issues towards the end of his life.
but
And in his autopsy,
he donated his
they
body to
found
science.
signs
He
of
was an organ
CTE.
donor.
Yeah, still, I'm just saying, like, I feel like I wish that like autopsies would be done on the brain for those two, for OJ and for Aaron, to see, did they have this, and then like kind of figure out, pick up the signs from them. That's my theory. I think that they both had it.
I think you're right. I mean, we don't know what the threshold for CTE is. Like, is it any line of trauma to the head that then causes it? Because I'm like,
Right.
I've played soccer for what, like 10 years on and off, more, a little bit more, and
Hmm.
I've had head trauma. I
Hmm.
I have hit the ball
No,
really
I'm just
hard.
kidding.
I have been hit in
Sorry.
the head. I've never had a concussion that I know about.
Hmm.
But I'm like, what causes, like, how much trauma to your head will cause CTE?
Right.
And, what are warning signs of it? They need to
Exactly.
investigate.
I agree. But of course, nobody wants to know about that, you know.
Why would they? That's scary. Like, it's like,
Well,
it,
that
it's like, being
and
diagnosed with schizophrenia or, sociopathy. You don't really,
mhm.
you don't want to know that the spark that makes you interesting is actually a mental disorder.
Yeah,
If
but not just that, but like also like football's kind of the U.S.'s state. I mean, U.S.'s like game. Like it's such a big patriotic thing too. Like, what American is gonna not want to endorse
it's
that?
the only sport that people still watch, because I still watch most
Hmm.
NFL games because I like it. But like, I've never cared about basketball. I've never cared about
Yeah.
baseball. I still watch soccer on and off. Like,
Hmm.
if I have something to do, I'll miss a game unless it's against a good
Yeah.
team, and then I'm watching that fucking game.
I only watch soccer for the World Cup. It's like my
You and
favorite
everybody
time.
else. It's gonna be here
Yeah,
next year, and I'm not gonna go because I think it's a waste of money.
that's fair.
And there's no local games here, which is
Yeah, that's also
bullshit.
fair.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I wanted to go to Monterrey and watch that one because,
Hmm.
but then I'm like, everybody's gonna want to fucking go to Monterrey
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
because
ridiculously
that
expensive
stadium
and
is so
packed
fucking
and
cool and
just
it's
awful.
overseeing that mountain and it looks so.
Yeah.
Have you seen that stadium? I'll send you a
Nope. You
picture.
have to send me a picture.
I'll send you a
Yeah,
picture. But
definitely.
it's fucking amazing. It looks amazing. Everybody wants to go just to, be in that stadium. You could fucking go watch a
Yeah.
game of Monterrey anytime, but people are like, oh, it's for the World Cup. And then I'm just like, yeah, dude. I always hear every time the World Cup is, Mexico usually qualifies. They qualify automatically because they're hosting it. Um,
Hmm.
you always get that guy super happy. He's like, I sold my fucking house to, fly
Yep.
to
To
Qatar
get
and
the
watch
tickets
this game.
here. Yep.
It is worth it because Mexico's taking it home this year. And I'm just like, oh, God,
It's like all of
buddy.
those people that sold their houses for the rapture and stuff.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was a thing until like the week after. I was like, oh, that was supposed to happen, huh?
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "Well, actually, it was a like miscalculation. It wasn't supposed to happen then. It's supposed to happen in 2 weeks from now." The
And
next 2 weeks go by, didn't happen.
damn,
I mean, not to me, but I am also not a
bummer,
God-fearing person,
bummer,
right?
bummer. But yeah, I mean,
No, this isn't yours.
it
Sorry.
reminds me of that Simpsons episode where he starts like doing the math, and he's like, we have to go to the top of this mesa, and that's when we'll be taken. Remember? Have you seen that episode of The Simpsons?
I have never seen The Simpsons.
You have never seen The Simpsons. They're
I've
actually
only watched one episode, and it's the
Hank
Edgar
Scorpio.
Allan Poe one. Nope.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's the Edgar Allan Poe one because my
The
English teacher
Raven,
was like,
the Raven one,
yeah, yep,
and
yeah.
Bart's
My
the
English
Raven.
teacher was like, you have to watch this. Yep, it's that one.
It's
I
like
think
8 minutes.
I've seen that one, and then I've seen the movie, the one where Green Day like kind of dissipates in the acid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that
They're
one.
they're actually making a part 2 to that movie. A second
Really?
Simpsons movie. Yeah. What? The first movie came out when I was in high school.
Okay. Okay.
It's been
What year was it?
it's been 15 years because I graduated in 2010. So it's been over 15 years because I was I think I was a sophomore in high school.
You graduated from high school in 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. I graduated in 2015. So,
Yeah, I'm way
not
older.
bad. I know you're way older, but like I was like, oh, it was only 5 years away. That's not bad.
I feel like I'm being judged.
No, you're not being judged. I was just curious. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
class of
You're not
2010.
being judged.
I was so disappointed that we didn't have a high school reunion because I actually wanted to like see some of the people, and not for the reason that most people wanted to see people, because people
To
want to see
brag.
brag or see if or they're worse off than you or shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just wanted to see certain people that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
No,
I get that.
I wasn't. But it was during the pandemic, so I guess that's why it didn't
Oh,
happen.
that's
But
yeah.
I believe that high school reunions aren't a thing anymore, and I kind of wish
They
that
are.
they are.
Yeah,
Well,
because like Joe's like high school reunion was a couple of weeks ago. I didn't go to it.
Well,
Like
at least
neither
I
did
didn't
he,
get an
but
invite to mine.
I was gonna say he didn't get invited to his either. His friend got invited. And then they told him that like they just went around spreading a rumor that Joe had died in different ways. So yeah.
It's like
Um
that song from Train.
yes, 50 Ways to Die. Yep.
Is it called 50 Ways? No,
Exactly like that.
it's the way. What was it called?
Yeah,
I like that song because it's so cheerful, but it's talking about
it is. And then there's a purple scion that hits you. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
crappy
it's a
purple
song.
scion.
Oh, no, 50 Ways to Say Goodbye. That's what it's called.
50 Ways to Say Goodbye.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's 50 Ways because I have it on my like songs.
It is
But yeah,
50
it
Ways to Say
basically told
Goodbye.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And there's something about a purple scion, and that song always reminds me of
Crappy
it.
purple scion. And
Yep.
it was a Scion shoebox van-ish car.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the first time I saw that van, I was like, I want it. It's so ugly, and apparently it was so badly made that
Designs,
people
yeah.
it was always falling apart, and people would drive it on like that because apparently
Oh,
fixing cars like that, it's super expensive because there's kind of only one car that looks that way, so
yeah.
they're not gonna be cheaper. But yeah, that movie's funny. How many ways did
I
she
get
die?
it. I like station wagons for that reason.
Okay, Mrs. Foreman. That's the only famous station
I feel
wagon that
like-
I know. But
If
but
you've
yeah.
ever seen the show called This Is Us, which I do not recommend,
no,
it's a good show,
I've
but
heard it's super sad, and
It is.
I try not to
I
watch
cried
movies.
every episode.
I try not to watch super sad shows unless I want to be super sad. And
That is fair.
like I was saying, the movie Steve Jobs at the end makes me cry because he makes peace with his daughter,
Yeah.
and it makes me think, I'm like, am I gonna have a kid and is this gonna be similar? Am I not gonna realize that I'm making my daughter or son worse, and am I gonna be smart enough to like fix things before things end for either of us?
Yeah.
So it's one of the things that it brings me to tears when I watch it. And my niece pointed it out last time. She goes, "Are you about to cry?" I'm like, "Keep watching the movie." And she goes, "Are you about to cry?" I was like, "Keep watching the movie." And then like I didn't cry, but my eyes did get watery, and I was just like, "Oh fuck, this is the part where it gets real." But yeah, back to high school reunions. I really want to see some of my, not just the friends that I saw, because I still keep
Yeah.
in touch with most of them, but like there was like acquaintances, people I had in class that I always thought that they were gonna go to be amazing people, and I really
Why
hope
don't you
that
just host your own?
it's too extra. And
No,
then
it isn't.
and then I feel like they're gonna be like, "What did you do with your life?" And just hosted this thing, so like that's like the highlight of my year. No, this would be the 15-year anniversary, and I feel like it already passed. You can't do it now.
I mean, I get. Who cares? It's still an anniversary. It's still a reunion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have mine this year. I'm in a Facebook group with everybody else that like we could track down that has a Facebook.
Hmm.
Well, we were a small class though. We were only 97.
I don't know how many
So,
people. I have the yearbook, and I don't like it
yeah,
because
as I say, I don't. Hmm.
they
Go ahead,
fucked up my
sorry.
quote, and then I don't want to. I quoted Bill Cosby. I,
I don't
before
know.
before he did before we knew what he did. Okay, I quoted Bill Cosby because I think he talks about like
Sorry. What was your quote? Oak Bowl, get out of the couch. Come here.
uh oh, okay, there you go. It was this one because the girl I had a crush on, she told, I was like, oh, I can't think of anything to write on the yearbook because as a senior you get to
Hmm.
put a quote, and then she goes, you should put this one, and I'm like, I kind of like this girl, so I'll listen to her. And it
Yeah.
was, in order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's not bad.
I wrote it, but they fucking
Well,
misspelled. They fucking miswrote it in the fucking yearbook, so it doesn't make any fucking sense. And I'm just like,
that's funny.
these motherfuckers couldn't look it up. I said who says it.
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't understand my handwriting, but it's their fault for making me handwrite it.
That's really funny. I actually didn't get a yearbook. I didn't buy one,
Mm-hmm.
nor do I remember being asked what I wanted for my quote. So,
Mm.
again, we were a small class. We were only 97. So, like, eh. But yeah, no, like, we have, like, it still hasn't been scheduled, which I'm pretty sure the year's gonna end before it gets scheduled. So, we're gonna miss it.
I
Miss
mean,
because it's our 10-year one.
at this point, why don't we just make it a fucking Zoom call? Everybody tune in. Everybody talk a little bit about how their life is going. What they miss
You should
more.
host a Zoom call.
Fuck, it's too much work.
You just said
It's
I
too
don't want to be on Zoom with anybody.
it's too much work because I feel like if I want it to happen, everybody's gonna be like, oh, dude, like this guy's trying to show off to us that he has an amazing fucking life, right? Nah, it could be worse, but
Just make a Facebook group or whatever type of group and say, does anybody want to do a reunion?
too much
That's
work.
it. That's all you have to do.
If somebody's watching this in the class of Central 2010 and you guys want to make it because I'm not gonna do it, but I will show up if it doesn't
That is
interfere
not gonna
if
do
it doesn't interfere with my schedule.
Uh,
I've been busy as hell
you have the
lately.
time, guys.
I've been
You have the
busy.
time.
Fuck you. I've been busy as hell lately.
I actually don't doubt that.
I
I don't doubt that you've been busy.
I've been super busy. I haven't had time to finish half the shit that I have going on. I've been very like, I eat at my desk now because it's the only way that I can actually get shit done.
Oh,
I wake
look
up
at
super.
that.
I go to sleep decently late, not too late, but I wake up super fucking early. And the only way that I can find to sleep right now is I'm taking melatonin gummies, and it's actually helping me sleep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, melatonin is great. I've had to take melatonin gummies in the past, and it's good sleep.
We'll leave it at this last topic. There's there's this brand of melatonin, and you can find it at Costco. And it's funny because this is the 5 milligram one, but they also sell a 10 milligram one.
Oh, Jesus.
Same box, same size, everything, right? And it's funny because the difference is it says 10 milligrams, right? But if you look at the serving size right now for this one, it's 1 gummy.
Yeah.
The other one is 2 gummies.
What the fuck?
You get it now?
Yes, I get it.
So
That's actually really funny.
You're actually getting more. You're paying more and you're getting less.
Yep, that's really funny. Is it the same price? I bet you the 10 one is more expensive.
It's more expensive. Yeah.
Yep. That sounds that's hilarious, actually.
You can probably look it up. Just type in Costco melatonin gummies, and I still buy them because they're amazing. Because I used to have the pill ones, and the pill ones I hate it because I have to drink water with it.
No, of course, yeah.
And as a kid, the hardest thing for me to learn is how to swallow pills.
Did you choke once?
No, I just always
times?
it always I was like a dog. You know how the dog will spit it out? and my dad would be like, no. He go, how many times you spit it out? You're gonna fucking stick it in your mouth until you fucking swallow it. Yeah, and I was just like, and me crying.
That's actually really funny.
This isn't fair. I'm sick. And then I think at one point he goes, "You're not gonna swallow it?" No, and he opened it and he put it in a spoon and he made me eat the powder. And
that's awful. That's the worst tasting thing ever.
It was the worst tasting thing, but you know what? Shortly afterwards, I mastered it.
Well, I'm very happy that you don't have to relive your childhood traumas because they make gummies.
They make gummies now, but I know how to swallow pills now. I take pills every single day. I take a multivitamin and I take
Opal.
I take magnesium glycinate.
Yep.
I take those two.
That one's a good one.
Yeah, it's supposed to help with joint pain.
Yes, and memory.
Memory. You know what? I forgot what it was good for. That's a joke.
Very funny.
Okay, well,
really
Evie?
quickly. Yes. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I can tell you about it afterwards if anything.
No, tell me.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you like the Bat Family stuff?
Yes.
Or not really?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I found
the only one I don't like is Red Robin.
Okay, that's fair. I'll send you the link. They actually have a webtoon thing. There's a webtoon called The Wayne Family Adventures, and it's really cute.
Oh. Is it like
I'll
Teen Titans Go?
No, it's just kind of like the life of the Bat Family, and just kind of their interactions, but they're all weirdly human. I mean, not weirdly human, weirdly humanized in a sense. They show Red Hood and he has PTSD and stuff, but the family helps him out and stuff. It's cute. It's very adorable. It's really funny.
That's nice. But I mean, he would have trauma.
Exactly.
I feel like every member of the Bat Family has trauma, but some of them have an extent of trauma that's completely different. And that's one of the best things about the Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, I love that movie. So good.
Because she points out some of Batman's trauma, right? But she also has trauma, and that's one of the things that united them, because they're both living in the shadow of their parents, but one of them surpassed it, but not really, and they're both hiding behind a mask to make their family proud.
Such a good movie. Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking put it on right now.
Actually, I was thinking of the same thing. I'm I might go back and watch something Batman related for sure.
I'm gonna put it on.
I'll send it to you.
I'm gonna put it on and just put my laptop on my I'm gonna sit down on the couch and just start working on the laptop and put Mask of the Phantasm. But anyways, this is episode 5. Thank you, Evie. I hope everybody had fun, and we'll see you guys next week.